Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, John. Hi, Pike. Hello, hello, hello. I got to get my chats in here. Also, I have something fun for you guys today. I thought it would be fun. Hold on, let me see. Okay. I thought it would be fun. We now can put our chat in timeout. So, if you guys were wondering, we can now do that when you boys are bad, because sometimes uses bad boys. Bad boys, what you gonna do? So, anyways, that's that on that. Let's go ahead and turn this down for a second. Let's get all of our peoples in here. Hi, Grace. Hello. Let's see if our chat is working. It is. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. All right. So today I just have to move my camera over. I thought I had all this set up. I guess I don't. All right. Streaming is it's going to be what it's going to be. Oh, I'll tell you guys, I just did my Colleen Ballinger video. And yeah, boy, she's a long one. So unedited is an 125, an hour and 25 minutes. And then edited is, I don't know how long. Anyways, okay. With that being said, what we are going to do today is we are going to watch the police interrogation of Wendi Adelson. If you guys want to see my long form video on the whole Adelson thing, I have a long form video on it. It is the murder and untimely death of Dan Markel, which is Wendi Adelson's ex-husband at the time. And it came to light that it was Wendy's brother, her mother, her brother's girlfriend, and just people who did this for her. So a lot of people have questions on whether or not Wendi was involved. I don't know. I go back and forth, but I think that it's worth to take a look at the footage. We might have to split this footage up in two parts. It is 5 hours long, so we'll have to see with that. But other than that, I think we should go ahead and get started. Let's see, we're at 3:30 here. All right, my timestamps. All right, let's move over. Let's see. Okay. Oh, the chat's here too. Dang it. The chat's just always hanging out. All right. Not that. That's not what I need. I need this gone. I need a little button that helps me like push and pull that. But anyways, okay. So here is Wendi getting interrogated. This is only moments after she found out that her ex. Okay. So let me tell you the story. So her brother and mother and brother's girlfriend's baby daddy, and his friend set up a whole scheme to take out Dan Markel. And two men, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, followed him in his vehicle the morning that this all happened. His children were in the vehicle as he was dropping his children off at the school. He, they meet him at his house. They kill him in his driveway, in his home. And it's unfortunate. So sorry, I'm trying to post this now to YouTube. The Colleen video, she's going to be a doozy. You know what is interesting? And I'm actually kind of excited. I was able to have a little bit more fun with this video because the other videos I have to be, just so very serious. So this one I got to be a little bit more myself. And I just really enjoyed the making of it. I really enjoyed, the whole process of it. So yeah. Let me see. I'm just putting in let's see. We are live. Let's go. I'm putting this in the community posts. Okay. And then we can get started here. I should have a list of things that I do before I go live, but I don't because I'm unorganized. Oh, hi, Chad. How are you? Welcome in. All right. So we're going to listen to Wendi. Wendi and Dan Markel were married. I don't know how long they were married, though. That is a question that I do need to ask. I do not know how long they were married before they got divorced. I forgot. And then I forgot. But I just want to know what she had to say after this whole thing. I can't imagine my ex-husband being shot randomly in his driveway. But I also can't imagine the fact that my kids were with them or with him right before that happened. So, all right, let's take a look-see. Oh, okay. Do we? So I have sound. Wait a second. Goes to Roadcaster.
It's usually the short.
Oh, right. There was no sound at the beginning of this. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, they did shoot him. They shot him execution style, point blank.
The last name of Markel?
No.
Okay. Go. Okay, there we go. All right, we're just going to have to wait. I'll put the playback speed a little bit faster. But I want you guys to tell me what you think. There we go.
Did you ID with you?
I just listened to my voicemail.
What'd you hear?
Who
was your voicemail?
It's from Lisa Carey, who is my real estate agent, or who I had gone with to find a house. She just said she was driving around town. She heard there was a shooting on Trescott.
Yeah, that's what this is
So
about.
one thing I found out after I put my video out is that she just said right here that there was a shooting on Trescott. This was the house that she used to live in. So as she was driving, she pulls up to the end of this street. She sees cops everywhere and tape. And from my understanding, she knew it was Dan's house, where her kids were. But then she pulls back out and she leaves, which to me as a mother doesn't make any sense. Wait, Zoom is coming in. Is that me? Hi.
I'm sorry you had to hear it that way.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if I should.
It's all right. Just leave it there. Is it still on?
It's right there.
You want to just hit play again for me?
Sure.
Hey, it's Lisa Carey. It is Friday, and I feel like an idiot doing this, but I just heard that there was a shooting over on Trescott, and I promise I'm not trying to be dramatic or even nosy. I don't know, just checking on you, my friend. I hope all is well. I hope your sweet boys are well, and if there's anything you need, let me know. It just ran a chill down my spine when I heard that there was something going on Trescott. All right, 212-3083. Hope all is well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Sorry, you can stop it. Or does it stop automatically?
It's done.
Okay. Do you have your identification with you? All right, so you never took the last name of Markel?
No.
Adelson. Wendi with an I. All right. There was a shooting at your home, or your ex-husband's home, at 2116 Trescott. Okay. Your ex-husband, Daniel, all right, has been taken to the hospital. He's not going to survive.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Now, at this point, too, I believe she already has her kids. But it's funny because as he said that there's a shooting, if you look at her face, it's almost like she's anticipating like what's coming. I feel like, and I'm just trying, I'm not in this position, but I feel like if I was, like, it would be disbelief. Like, what do you mean there was a shooting in my, like, what? I don't, but if you watch her face, it's like, I don't know. It's very odd.
There was a shooting at
her breathing. Her breathing is super labored. She's like, like people deal with trauma differently. I need to remember that.
Your ex-husband's home at 2116 Trescott. Okay. Your ex-husband, Daniel, all right, has been taken to the hospital. Um, he's not going to survive.
Oh my God.
Okay.
How did she really feel about her ex? I mean, I don't want to say too much about that. I know her parents absolutely hated them. As far as she goes, I mean, she's getting married, right? So like I'm sorry, she's getting divorced. She's not getting married. You know, and I'm sure there's like just a lot of different feelings there of negativity. So, you know, I mean, for somebody to be like, oh my God, probably an ex for a reason. Like they weren't, you know, I mean, I'm sure people would be sad, but if there's any like bad blood, um, you know, I wouldn't be shocked because they're getting divorced, you know, so that I don't know, during this whole time, I don't know if I would hold that particularly against her. I know that she had said to, which we'll watch later, a man named Jeff Lacoste, who she dated, has an interview, and you know, he says that she talks a lot about going to Miami and moving, relocating. I'm sorry, that's the word I was looking for. She wanted to relocate from Tallahassee to Miami, which was about an 8.5 hour drive to 9 hour drive away from Dan Markel to be with her family. And she could only do that, according to Dan Lacoste. He said the only way that she could do that is if something happened to Dan Markel. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what comes from this. You know, and because her mother has been arrested, her brother has been arrested. You know, I'm curious to see if they have anything on her and if they charge her with anything. Howdy, we'll see you in a bit.
I have a message from him this morning. What happened?
Well, before we get into everything, I have to establish where you were and who you were with and so forth. Okay, and then once we've established all that, I can give you more details. Do you understand why I wanted you to come here before I discuss this?
Oh my God.
People just really want to know if she was truly in the dark about this whole thing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, you have nothing to be sorry about.
I just understand. How could this really happen?
Can you let me get over this hump, okay? Can we do that first? All right. Can you tell me what time you left your house this morning?
Yeah, I was there. I didn't leave this morning. I didn't leave until noon.
Okay. And
Oh my God. And I tried to drive up Trescott, and I saw that it was blocked.
it was blocked at some point. I'm not sure what time it was
And I
blocked.
just thought, oh, there's maybe some trees down or something. Cause sometimes
Oh, you're saying as you drove down which one of the side roads?
when I'm going to a friend's party tonight, and it's a oh my God, what am I even talking about? I needed to buy it's a stock the shelf engagement party, and so I went to buy bourbon.
Okay.
So I went to drive from my place up Trescott to get to ABC Liquor, and it was blocked.
So the thing about ABC Liquor, she was trying to go up the way to Trescott to go to this particular ABC Liquor because she was going to a party. She needed to get just a bottle of some sort of, you know, spirits, whatever. There is an ABC Liquor like right next to her house. So it was interesting to the prosecution when they had brought her up. I still think that we need to watch some of this trial on live for sure. But they found it very interesting that she would go to one that wasn't close to her house, that specifically would take her up Truscott, where this whole thing occurred.
Just turned around. I was on the phone at the time. I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
Right.
So I just turned around and drove up the other way. I just thought, oh, sometimes when I lived there were electrical things that would happen. I left my house.
When I lived there were electrical things that happened. There were police cars and police taped, and the whole street was blocked off.
Around 12:15, because I thought I'll get the bourbon and then I'll get some gas for the car and get super glue for one of the boys' toys, and I was trying to do all I can before meeting my two friends at 1.
Okay, who was at your house this morning?
The only person that was at my house this morning was a guy from Best Buy because my TV was broken and it's under warranty.
Either for you.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay,
Oh my God.
a guy from Best Buy was at your house to work on.
So her parents had set up hi Shawnee. Her parents had set up a Geek Squad appointment for her to get her TV fixed conveniently during this time. And there was the TV was broken. She had blamed it on the kids. Somebody would say later that, you know, they didn't believe it was the kids because it looked like somebody had punched the screen. So people think that maybe allegedly they did this on purpose to give Wendi an alibi so that she wouldn't be tied to this whole thing.
On your TV?
I have his name and everything at the house if you
Okay.
want it, because the boys broke the TV, so he gave me a choice of fixing it or getting a new one.
What time did he come to the house?
He called me at around 8. He was probably there until around 10.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you
and then after he left, I kept working on paper, and I emailed the paper to a librarian at school to work on some of the citations.
Okay.
And I don't think I talked to anyone else, but I was just working for an hour or so from the house. I was going to take a shower, but I didn't. I ran out of time. I did laundry. And then I left the house around noon.
To go to the liquor store and the stuff for the party?
Yeah.
Okay, you went down which road you said?
I went down Trescott.
Okay.
I saw a police car there, and I just thought it was blocked, so I just turned around and drove.
You know what's interesting is she saw that there was a police car there. Now, I just want those of you who have children in the chat to let me know your honest opinions, because if the road that my ex-husband lives on with my kids was blocked off, and I know that police can't give you any sort of details, but wouldn't you drive off and be like, hey, I just want to double check that this is not at this house? Wouldn't you ask? Like, your kids are on that street, or just be like, hey, what's going on down here? Like, what is everything okay? Like, my kids are down the street from here. Like, I'm just making sure. Like, that, she just like quick U-turn, like that doesn't phase her at all.
I went down the rest of Centerville, went up Benton across, went to ABC Liquors, bought the bourbon.
I'm a little confused. You're up on Centerville Road. What's your purpose of driving down Trescott?
It's usually the shortcut to get to Monroe.
To get to Monroe?
I usually take it as a cut through to get to Thomasville or Monroe.
Okay, all right, so
I don't know, I said Monroe, I was thinking Mosaic Monroe, Thomasville.
Okay, so when you come down into town on Centerville?
I almost always cut through Trescott.
And just drive by your old house?
Well, I do it as a way of like coming to terms with the divorce, but yeah, sometimes I drive there. If I'm too sad, I drive around.
Okay.
If the kids aren't home and I know they're not home, I feel better about driving by the house, but yeah, it's shorter and I just usually drive by.
It's shorter than going all the way down to Benton?
All the way down Centerville and around Benton, it's just a shortcut I always took.
Okay, so you turned around and went back to Centerville, I take it?
Yeah.
Down to Benton?
I
went to the liquor store down there on Thomasville?
Yeah.
The one at Benton Road?
ABC Liquors, it's at, Benton. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, did you make a purchase there?
Yeah.
And that was sometime after 12?
Probably 12:30.
Okay. All right.
And I talked to a guy there because I don't really buy much alcohol, and so they wanted bourbon, and I asked the guy. We had a whole conversation.
As far as her remembering details, that's how I am in an emergency, so I can't say anything against that. Like, I remember like I turn, like, I don't cry, I don't show emotion right away because I'm so business. My brain is like everything around you. Like, it's almost like my brain slows down and I can like suck everything in. And I'm like, okay, this, and this. And it just very business.
About bourbon and
Right.
my eyes, like,
Your eyes?
he just said your eyes are really blue,
Right.
and
You have contacts?
I do.
Okay.
But I just remembered it.
Right.
So I bought the bourbon and got some gas on Thomasville and met my friends at Mosaic.
Which gas station did you go to on Thomasville?
The one that's I always forget the name, but the one that's close to the cross street. It's right next to the Goodwill.
Okay.
If you're heading north on Thomasville. If you're heading north on Thomasville, it's on your right.
Okay, just past the Goodwill
Just
place?
past the Goodwill. It's close to the intersection there.
Okay, all right, and then from that point, you went straight to the
Went to Mosaic
Mosaic restaurant?
and met friends there. I used to have kind of a steady Friday meeting, and I hadn't seen my two friends in a while. And so we had made plans to meet up.
What time did you get to Mosaic?
About 1. I was a little late. We were supposed to meet at 1, and I got there a few minutes after.
Okay. All right. I know it's cold in here. Okay.
I think that's not why.
Okay. I know it's part of it, but do you know anybody that would have a beef against your ex-husband?
He's oh God.
I hate to ask it now, but I have to do it now. You
I
understand,
understand.
right?
I understand. He. I mean, he had friends. He always meant well, but he would sometimes rub people the wrong way.
Okay.
But not anyone who would do something like this.
Anybody that he owes money to?
No, he owes money to me.
He owes money to you?
By the way, these guys, when they talk about money too, they are super rich. Super rich. I know Wendi is probably worth, I think, like millions now, but she, at this time, I think she had liquid cash and like in just one bank account was like $500,000. The Adelsons were worth millions. Like they're big money.
But not,
Okay.
not me.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh my God, we're 4 kids. Oh, I know a lot of people.
I do have to say, watching her interview with her mom's trial, and I discussed this with my friend who's a lawyer. In the beginning, I was like, nah, I don't know if I think that, you know, Wendi was in on it. And then I watched it and I was like, I feel different. I feel different. And we can watch it too. We can go ahead and watch her different testimonies.
People didn't really love him, but I don't know anyone who would do something like this.
Well, we're still trying to determine, what happened and how it happened.
But he wouldn't do this to himself.
Okay.
He was a very positive person.
Okay. No one that you know of or that he's spoken to recently that he's had some type of problem with or that he was concerned about?
No one that he was concerned about. I mean, we've been separated for 2 years, so I don't know, like,
right.
If he had something going on, I wouldn't know about it. But, I mean, I had lost my voice earlier this week, and so we had put off this conversation about our son's school and where he was going to go, and he, I can't, I know a lot of people didn't love him, but not anyone who would, like, hate him.
Okay.
He meant well. Everyone that knew him knows that he means well, but he can be a little, like, argumentative.
Right.
But not, he didn't owe anyone money. He didn't do anything except work and take care of his kids. He wasn't involved in anything bad.
And that's an important point to hit on because Dan's entire world revolved around his children. I mean, this is a man who worked a full-time job and would travel for his job, and then he would still find time to go, even though they were separated, he would find time to go and pick up his kids from, their preschool or their daycare, or he would go to the preschool or daycare so that he could have lunch with them. Like, this was a guy, he wanted right of first refusal so that if she went and did anything, he could, just have his kids. He wanted to be with his kids, which is kind of what this whole thing stemmed over because Donna Adelson, Wendi's mom, wanted Wendi to relocate to Miami, where they were in Southern Florida. And Dan was such an integral part of his kids' lives that he was like, no, you're not going. And Donna's like, well, we want them here. So Donna was going to do what she was going to do and, get exactly what she was going to get. Bye, Chad.
I can't believe this is happening.
I know. And he was a professor at the law school. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And your divorce has been 2 years or the total separation, I'm assuming?
Total separation's been 2 years. Our divorce was finalized last summer around this time.
Okay.
He wouldn't do this to himself. He has a girlfriend now.
Do you know his girlfriend?
I met her once in the last couple of weeks. She was visiting. She lives in New York.
Okay. Do you know anything about her?
I know some things about her. She's also a law professor. I know she's recently divorced and she has a son.
Yes, Pike.
I don't know if her divorce is final, but I think recently divorced.
Where's she a law professor at?
at NYU. And they seemed very happy, and I mean, I think that was a really good thing in his life. He seemed really happy about it. She came down here, she met the boys, and I met her, and she told me how great she loved the boys. You know, like it seemed fine.
She ever stay at the house with him?
Just that one time.
When was that?
I remember because I just got back from being with my family in South Florida. Sorry.
It's okay. You're doing great.
So what date was it? I went with my family. It was my dad's 70th birthday, and we went home for it. So his birthday was the 5th. I left Monday the 30th. So she must have come into town Saturday, the evening of the 28th.
What month? June? This past June.
Just now. So June 28th. And then she was there with the boys the 29th, and then I met her on the morning of the 30th when I picked up the kids to take them to South Florida.
Do you know when she left?
I could probably find it like in my email and stuff. I think she was here for like one more day, and then Danny went up to New York because I was with the kids in Miami for a good long while. I was there. I drove back July 10th, so I was there almost 2 weeks. And so I think he went up the next day.
Okay. Do you know her name?
I do. It's Amy Adler. Oh my gosh, she's
A.D.
Adler.
And she's a professor of law at
Yeah.
NYU?
Yeah.
What kind of car does she drive?
I have no idea. I know she has a car. She lives in New York City.
Well, so I mean, she was driving down. I mean, she flew down here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have her phone number?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know how long they were dating even. It seemed kind of serious if she met the kids, but I don't really know. He's been going up to New York for like conferences and stuff since Lincoln was about a few months old. So he's been going up there 3.5 years. So my guess was that they might have known each other for a long time, but have been dating. I don't know how long.
Well, let me ask you something. Does his relationship with her have anything to do with your all's divorce?
No.
No, it had nothing to do with
No.
an extramarital affair or anything?
No, but the only thing I'm thinking is Amy. I don't know what Amy's whole divorce situation is like. So if you're gonna think of someone who's not thrilled with Danny, I don't know how happy her husband or ex-husband is with the situation.
Do you know anything about him?
I don't know anything about him.
So you know Amy Adler, she's a professor at NYU. She was down here from the end of June through the first part of July.
I think just a few days.
Right.
Yeah.
As visiting, but he'd been seeing her when he goes to New York on these conference
Yeah.
trips.
Well, he's in New York in the summertime. We have a week on, week off schedule with the boys. So whenever I have them for a week, he goes up to New York for a week. So he's been spending a lot of time up there.
Did he relay to you that he'd been seeing her up in New York, or that's where they met, or anything of that nature?
He didn't tell me about it, but I feel like he was pretty vocal with like our friends and people probably since December about her being his girlfriend. So
Okay. Who would be his best friend?
when we were still together, he had 2 best friends. Neither of them were in Tallahassee.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm completely blanking on their last names right now.
That's
There's
okay.
Matt Price. That was his best man at our wedding. And Josh Berman, who Matt is in DC and Josh is in New York. Actually, he has a friend. I don't know if they're so close, but he and the boys sleep over at their house a lot. They're in Cairo, Georgia.
Okay.
That's probably his closest friend here.
Do you know his name?
His name's Alex Greenberg. He's a veterinarian in town, and they've got kids around the same age as our kids.
He's a vet here in town.
Mm-hmm. And I
Do
think
you know
they're
where his
close.
office is?
I don't. Maybe in Cairo.
Oh, he doesn't have an office in Tallahassee.
I don't think so.
He's a vet in Cairo.
Their house is in Cairo. His
Right.
wife is a dentist. I don't know if her practice is in town or in Cairo either. His wife is Maya, M-Y-A.
Okay. You're being very helpful. Okay, I know it's hard.
I'm trying. I just
You're doing
can't
fine.
believe what's happening.
You're doing fine. I know it's all the shock. I know it's coming to you all at once. Okay.
I don't know who would do this.
Okay. Well, it appears from what we've seen so far that someone intentionally hurt Danny. Okay, intentionally. Okay, I don't.
Do you
Think,
Sorry.
know who it is?
No,
That was me.
and I
What
don't
if
think.
they come after the boys?
I don't think that's going to be. I have no indication at this time that that's a threat. Okay, but the boys are going to stay with you. You're not going back over to Trescott.
No,
Okay.
I don't live there anymore.
I know you don't. but the boys are going to stay with you, okay? And they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like this.
All right. Where's your closest family at?
My family, I actually just talked to my brother this morning. My parents are in Coral Springs.
Okay.
And my brother, I have two brothers, but I'm very close to one of them who is in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. All right. So that's where you're from originally, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
His family's in Canada. Do they know? Did you tell them?
No, they haven't been notified
Oh
yet.
God. His parents are gonna be devastated.
Okay. This is what I want to do, okay? This is what happened, okay? Daniel's been shot, okay? And we have to find out why and who did this. Can you help with that?
I will try.
Okay. What I want to do right now to try to expedite things, okay? But I need your permission, is I want to take your cell phone and download all the information out of it.
Sure.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay. And then we're going to make arrangements for you to get the kids, or we'll get the kids somehow, okay? Because the kids are at daycare, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to need their mother.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I got to get a form for you to sign, and then I'm going to get the phone started, okay?
Oh my God. I have a lot of friends.
I know.
How do you know that?
Well, you had two of them up there for a last-minute lunch date, right?
That's this part always struck me as odd. I have a lot of friends. I know. How do you know that? He's a police officer. Like, what do you mean? How does he know that? I don't know. It just always struck. How do you know that?
Well, I mean, that you went up there. You're sitting with them. You have friends.
I do. What I meant by it is that Danny didn't treat me very well, and I'm
Okay.
so scared that maybe someone did this. Not because they hate Danny, but because they thought this was good somehow.
And that I find to be very telling. Because if you're like, okay, does he have any enemies? Does he owe money to anybody? Has he pissed anybody off? You know, maybe it could be his girlfriend's ex-husband, could be any one of these things. And then you're like, well, I have a lot of friends, and maybe they thought that they were, you know, it's not that they hated him, you know, it's just that they loved me. Like, maybe how is that the scenario that runs through your brain? That's just it's an odd thought process in my opinion.
Or are you saying that you think maybe one of your friends would have done something
Who
like
would
this?
do this?
I don't know. That's why you're here, and that's why we're talking. Would you ever ask someone to do something like this?
Not in a million years.
Okay. Do you think someone would do this for your
Whoop.
benefit without asking?
Sorry.
No.
What good does it serve?
I made my brother, his name's Charlie, the one I'm really close to. He makes a lot of jokes in bad taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got broken, and then I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay to fix it or whether I should get a new one, and it was always his joke that, like, he knew Danny treated me badly, and it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman, and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead I got you this TV.
Okay.
I mean, he would never. He's my big brother, and he's been taking care of me since I was little, but he would never. And I told that to the repair guy this morning.
Right. That's okay.
I said, he asked me how much it cost, and I said I didn't know because it was a gift, because my brother said it's cheaper than a hitman. It was my divorce present.
Okay.
Such a horrible thing to say.
And it's funny because you know, one of the things Emily D. Baker had said when she was watching the testimony of Wendi, it was like, you know, these people had money, and she waited so long when she needed to get the Geek Squad appointment, and, you know, she went back and forth on whether she should buy a new TV or just get the TV fixed or, you know, try to return or whatever. And it's like, with people with this kind of money, you didn't just get a new TV. Like, I don't know. It was a very interesting, like, when she talks about it in the, when they lay out the timeline, I think, in the testimony, and they talk about how, you know, this happened, and then they would just watch this broken TV forever. And then all of a sudden they would set up a Geek Squad appointment. It was just very weird how all of it got laid out.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But even my family, who felt like I had been mistreated, would never do something like this. Never.
Well, it's been, you guys have been divorced
It's
for
been
over a
3
year.
years.
Has there been any type of abuse in that time?
Of him towards me?
Yeah.
No, it's he's litigious, and we have an ongoing case because the house, it shouldn't be, I don't know, it shouldn't be in my name anymore, but when we settled the case over divorce, he said, or one of the agreements the court said was, Danny wanted to stay in the house. They said, you can have the house, but you need to pay her half of the amount of what the house is worth. And he agreed to it, and then months passed and he just never paid me.
Okay.
And so we have ongoing litigation where I filed a motion in the court to have him pay me what he said he would, and he filed a counter motion for sanctions against my attorney because he thought that she did something wrong, which she didn't. But so, I mean, she withdrew from the case and was going to serve as a witness, so she's not going to lash out at him for it. She's using the legal process to do it.
This is a lot of information. Like a lot of information.
My parents are, very angry towards him. But even when they're around my kids, they would never say a bad word about my kid's father.
Which is untrue. Okay, so let's talk about the Graham motion. So Dan filed a motion against Donna Adelson, who is Wendy's mother, because Donna would talk badly about Dan in front of the kids. And Dan's like, you're not going to spend time with my kids if all you're going to do is badmouth me. Like, you can have supervised visits or you can have limitations. We did a live stream where we went through Donna's emails, and Donna, even who is a Jewish grandmother, Dan Markel is very, very serious about being, an Orthodox Jew and in his faith. And Donna suggested dressing her kids up as, NAZI youth. This is a woman who hated Dan Markel with her entire being.
They're really, really careful about that. They dislike him, but they know he's the father of my kids. They would never do that.
Yeah, that's not true, because she literally, one of the kids went up to Dan and was like, Grandma says you're stupid because you're trying to take her sunshines away from her.
Be angry enough with him.
Well, that's what I have to find out.
To do something like this.
The brother that you're real close to, I have to do a lot of elimination at the same time. The brother that you're really close to, the one that joked about the TV and everything, what'd you say his name was?
Charlie.
Charlie, and he's in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what kind of car he has.
He has like 5 cars.
Okay, tell me all of
He
them.
drives I think one of them's an unmarked police car.
Oh, really?
He's a bit of a character.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's driving at the time.
Right.
But I'll tell you, he's a periodontist, and he has this practice where he works from early in the morning till late at night. So if you ever wanted to find his whereabouts, he's working all day long until early in the morning till late at night, always driving to a different office and working.
Oh, he goes to different offices?
Yeah, he works in different offices all over South Florida, does implants for people, and he works really hard all the time. He's a girlfriend, so he's pretty much accounted for all the
Charlie,
time.
was that his first name?
Charlie's his first name.
Not Charles?
I think Charles is his legal name. No one calls him that.
What's his last name?
Adelson.
I think Charles is his legal name. Do you not know the legal name of your brother?
J-A-Y.
Same spelling. Adelson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What?
What? Oh my gosh.
What?
I can't believe this is happening.
Okay. All right. Let me go get the form for the phone.
Do I need to be read my Miranda rights or something if you're gonna look at my phone?
I can read you Miranda if you want to hear
I don't
that.
know, I'm just trying to make sure I'm being
I have no
protected.
reason. I have no reason.
I have to be honest with you. I don't know how I feel about it either. I go back and forth. I go back and forth. And then there's certain things that she says that I'm like, this feels weird.
At this point, to suspect you in this incident. Okay.
I couldn't tell from the way you were talking to me in the car if I was a suspect.
Well, no, the reason was I didn't want to get into everything until we got up here.
Is he
okay.
still in the hospital?
He's at the hospital, yes. Yes.
And he's alone.
Yes.
And nobody knows he's there.
Well, you know now, and while I'm going to get this phone taken care of, I'm going to have a victim advocate come in here, and hopefully you can supply her with his parents.
Oh my god.
I'm assuming his parents would be his next of kin.
He has a sister he's really close with.
Where is she?
They're all in Canada. He's Canadian.
Okay. They live in Canada.
They all live in Canada.
Okay.
His family's all in Canada.
Okay.
They're gonna think I did it.
No, now.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Why would they think you did it? That's you know what I need? I need that sound that's like, what an odd thing to say. You know, like they're going to think I did it. What? If not guilt, why guilt shaped? You know? She knows nothing. It was all mom and bros acting on their own. She is a victim who both knows and not knows, ignorantly all knowing. What? Shawnee, you're confusing me with your word salads again. Oh, God. El Jacquard is here. Yeah, it doesn't. And also, too, if somebody's like, oh, well, why wouldn't you trust her and whatever. I condensed in my long form video all the important parts. And there's some things that she says in there where you're just like, I don't know.
Just don't jump to conclusions on that.
Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
All right, let me go get the form for the phone, okay?
I am also very confused.
Oh my God.
Sorry, you okay?
Yeah. No.
I meant, did I?
It's fine. Our last interaction wasn't nice.
Oh, you're talking about personal.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. I didn't want him to take the boys this afternoon. I had wanted to have them. And I talked over with my brother and realized, you know, if their dad wants to take them swimming, it's not worth getting upset over. He sent me that message at 9:15 this morning.
You were telling me before, when we were riding up here, that the agreement was that you're all gonna have some type of phone call at 11:15 this morning, is that correct?
Well, not exactly, just that we needed
Okay.
to have the talk at some point before, we have to decide before Monday of what to do about his school, where Ben's gonna go to school, and he said, I'm gonna be done. I thought it was 11:15, but when we listened to the message, it was 10:30.
Okay,
When he said, I'm gonna be out of, he went to like a workout class at the gym. He
At
said,
Premier.
At Premier. He
Mhm.
said, I'm gonna be out of it by such and such a time, you can call me then. And I called, but I think we could see what time I called him. I thought it was more of like, let's see, recent calls. I called him. Well, that's him calling in at 9:02. I called him at 11:42 and got his answering machine.
he called you at 9:02?
He called me at 9:02.
Mm-hmm.
The repair guy was there, and honestly, I leave my ringer off a lot of the time, so I didn't even hear the call come in. He left me a message. I called him at 11:42. And left him a message, just saying, okay, I want to talk about school for Ben, and I assume I'll see you at 4:30 today. When I figured he's going to take the kids swimming,
Right,
and he'll drop them at the house at 4:30.
okay. So in other words, the whole meeting at 10:30 or 11:15
Just
didn't
didn't
happen?
happen.
Right, okay. All right. Let me get this. There's a lot of information on here, okay? It'd probably be easier if I read it to you.
Fine.
Okay, I, Wendi Adelson, and I gotta change
It's
this.
Adelson.
I know, I gotta change that.
It's okay. It's Adelson.
Actually, it's spelled right. I've said it wrong. Adelson. Do hereby authorize and give my permission to investigate Adelson, who has identified himself to me as a law enforcement officer with necessary assistance of a digital forensic examiner to make a full and complete search of my cell phone or other digital media, along with data located on additional data sources, locations such as connected to, at, and were at the Tallahassee Police Department. That's the address. I have been advised that law enforcement are engaged in investigation concerning an alleged violation of federal or state law pertaining to a shooting incident. I do further authorize and give permission to take from my cell phone located at 230 47th Avenue.
I'm sorry, is that the police station?
That's where we're at right
Okay.
now, yeah. Computers, cell phones, computer peripherals, digital media data, which may or may not have a connection, value, or relevance as evidence in said investigation.
I don't know if I've ever. I'm trying to think of a time where I've been in a situation where something severe has happened and I've been breathing like I just got done running. Like, and please tell me if you've experienced that. This is just, she's sitting here and she's, I'm sorry, is that with the police station? Is that where we're at right now? Oh, okay. Like, it's just a very, like, do people experience, I mean, I experience like shortness of breath when, you know, I get anxious. I tend to like hold my breath. Oh my God, I think from doing that, I'm going to like pass out. Oh my God. All of a sudden, I don't feel so good. But is that something that people do? Like, do you get really like labored breath? Like, you can see her chest just like, you know.
Investigation. The above law enforcement officer has fully and fairly advised me on rights as follows. I have the right to refuse consent to the search of my property. I have the right to consult with an attorney or any other person of my choice prior to giving him consent and permission to search the above described property. Any cellular phones, computers, computer peripherals, and digital media or data, along with any data located on these items or on additional digital storage locations such items can connect to, found by said officers in the course of their search, can be used as evidence against me or others in a court of law. I fully understand and appreciate these rights and wish it be specifically understood that I'm hereby giving consent and permission to conduct the search of the cellular phones, computers, computer peripherals, and digital media data, along with any data located on any additional digital storage location such items can connect to, solely because of my desire to freely and voluntarily cooperate and assist in this investigation. I have not been promised anything or been threatened or coerced in any way, nor has any inducement of any kind been held out to me in return for this consent and permission to search.
Not today.
Okay, can I have your phone now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid question,
No,
but
go ahead.
are you gonna give it back?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I feel like I need to help
No,
my
you're gonna
family
get-
what's going on.
No, you're gonna get it back. It's just I'm trying to expedite this now so I can get it back to you sooner.
I understand.
Be right back.
I always find these moments extremely important when the police leave and, you know, they're in the room by themselves, because I feel like a lot of people forget, especially in a moment like this, that they're being recorded.
Okay, Wendy. Let me get your.
That's the friend I was with calling. Do you want to just decline it? I guess I shouldn't talk to anyone right now.
Yeah.
Is there someone I can talk to about what to tell my kids?
Yes, we're going to get to that. Give me your phone number on this phone again.
954-80.
And that's the other thing is about the kids. You know, the mom, not Wendy, but Donna, was so invested in getting her grandchildren to be with her down in South Florida that she went through a process to eliminate their dad and never, it seemed like never even really cared how that would affect these children.
30079.
Can I get Daniel's cell phone number?
202.
Or 227. Okay. Do you know his passcode to unlock his phone?
I don't.
You don't know it?
I don't have a passcode. When
Right.
I was with him, he didn't have the kind of phone that needed a passcode.
Okay.
But he's gotten an iPhone since then, so
Yeah.
he may have one. And I can't remember. Like, actually, I remember his passcode to something, but it was like a word in Hebrew with the word one, so it's a word and not numbers. I could give you my children's birthdays in case you want to try that. I really have no idea what it would be.
Okay, let's go ahead with the children's birthdays.
So Ben is 9.
10, 13 of 10.
I was complaining about him at lunch.
Sorry.
The what?
I was complaining about him at the lunch.
Sorry. 10:13 of 10.
Yeah. I was complaining about him at the lunch.
Oh, I was complaining about him at the lunch. Oh, it would be helpful if I put these here, huh? Let's do that.
Sorry. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
That's how I am.
What is going on?
Right. That's what doesn't make sense to me is you have police and you have crime tape down the street that your kids are supposed to be on. And there's no part of you that, because if a police officer is blocking the street, you can ask him and be like, hey, I know you can't tell me what's going on, but can you at least tell me if it's this specific address? Because my kids are there. You know, I find it interesting that she went down that way. She saw a police presence. And then just immediately turned around. She didn't even stop to look. And that's what one of the police officers had said when they were patrolling that particular area. They had said that she didn't even stop. She just quickly pulled in and pulled out. And usually, I mean, most of us are pretty nosy. You're like, oh, what's going down in there, you know? So it was just a very interesting tidbit. I panic over situations that are probably never going to happen. I don't panic in stressful moments. I panic because I'm like, what if this happens? It's irrational.
Okay, they're going to take your phone, they're going to hook it up to a machine, download the information. It doesn't take a whole lot unless you got a lot of stuff on there.
I don't know what's on there. I have to use the bathroom.
Okay, no problem.
Is there?
Yep.
Is it close by?
Yeah, it's real close by. Okay, you can leave your stuff there. It's not going anywhere, and I'll always put you right around the corner here. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want some water after that?
Okay.
Okay.
Can't leave.
Not yet. You got somebody here?
Seriously? Okay, I'll hold it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We just have to eliminate everything. Okay, you know what she's saying, right?
I'm assuming I'm a suspect.
No, you're not a suspect. I don't consider you a suspect. I asked you to come up here. You came up here voluntarily.
I'm assuming I'm a suspect. I mean, yeah, you always got to look, you know, if you know cases, you got to look at the people around you. Is that something you would say to police? Like, I assume I'm a suspect, you know? I don't know. Some of this stuff that she says strikes me as weird. I've never been in this situation, but also I'm just like, I don't know. She just says weird shit.
I'm not Reggie Miranda. You are not under arrest. You are the closest thing to family that I have to Daniel right now. Okay? You are.
I'm so sad for. I, I
So,
was thinking about something else. He told me that he comes. We have week on, week off, but on Wednesdays we do an overnight.
right.
And he told me that he might have some work up in New York and he might not be back in time for the Wednesday overnight. So there's no way that he did this because he had all kinds of plans like for next week that
But
were.
you're saying he would not hurt himself?
No,
Okay, all right.
it wasn't him.
Okay. He has no reason to hurt himself or anything along that.
No, I mean, I
Okay.
can see him being really sad when we first got divorced.
Right.
But now he's got Amy and he loves those boys.
Okay.
And things were really good for him. There's no way he did this to himself.
Okay.
Again, that's an odd
It really
thing.
scares me because
That's an odd thing to say. Like, there's no way that he would do anything to himself. I mean, I could see that he was sad when we got divorced. Like, this isn't about you. Like, I could see he was really sad, like, when we split up. So, was he capable of doing it then? Like,
it means there's someone out there that's willing to do this to him, and I'm scared for the kids.
Okay. I understand. I
And
understand.
they're at school right now, and I want to.
There's an officer at the school.
Okay.
The kids are fine.
this is a great
Okay,
point. Yeah, it alone tells me what kind of scum she is and everyone else involved. Exactly. And if I find out that Wendi Adelson knew that this was going on while her kids were in that car. Hi, Captain. How are you?
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell them.
Well, we're going to help you with that. Okay. But here's what I have to do right now, and I'm just trying to. I want to get this down, Pat. I know you don't have your phone to refer to,
Okay.
but that's okay.
You'll have all that information.
Right, because I'll check that against what you tell me.
Okay.
Your last phone conversation, okay, your last personal contact, in other words, in person with Daniel, was when?
He goes by Danny.
Danny, okay.
No one calls him Daniel.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you so that it just.
Women's rights and women's lefts. I made a sweatshirt yesterday. You know what? Let me show you guys real quick while we're doing this. I just have to put it on the other stuff. Give me a second. It looks so cool. I think you guys are really going to like it. I like it a lot. So I decided to change up the sweatshirt. I put it where is it? It didn't save? All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to work on that today. But I made it, and the design is super cool. So hold on. Let me at least show you the design. Equal rights and lefts. Exactly. Let me at least show you the design. Now I'm mad. Oh, hold on. Let me put this and this. And it's on it really is a sad day. Why? So it's on the back of the sweatshirt. It's in really big letters, and then on the side I have an audio like wave, and it says that's my opinion. I like it a lot. And hold on. Here is what it looks like. Look at that. I love it. I love it so much. And then I'll do like the mugs and hats and all of that. But I'll have to do it again because apparently it didn't save. God bless it. Oh, the sweatshirt. Yeah, it'll be back. If you guys ever want merch, the link is in the chat. And I don't think suicide has been suggested. It didn't fit the circumstances at all. Right. But I think all she said was that all she knows is that he's been shot. So, yeah. I need it. Okay. I can make it while we're watching this. I can do two things at once, I think. So.
It feels really impersonal. My last face-to-face contact with him. Wow. We do a lot of like leave off pickup at the school, right? Where one of us will take the kids to school, the other one picks them up. When was the last time I saw him? I definitely saw him when I picked the kids up. I feel like there's something since then, but that would have been.
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm not familiar with the.
Okay, I'll get Annie because she wanted it before.
And that was that morning I drove down, so that was June 30th,
Okay.
whatever that Monday morning was that we drove down to Miami. I saw him, I met Amy, and we did a lot of Skype, like we'd Skype every day while I was gone. But that's not in person. I came back, with my parents. We drove back all together, and then that Friday, which would have been last Friday, a week from today. So if today's the 18th, it was Friday the 11th. That's my other brother's birthday, and I would have seen him, but I had been with the kids for like 12 days straight, and I was getting really sad at the idea of drop off of Danny coming to pick him up. And so my folks said, you know what, why don't you just, so at about 4:45, I just went over to a friend's house. I didn't see him that day. And then he had the kids, and I got some sort of laryngitis, and I was alone all weekend. So that was Saturday, Sunday. And then this week, I missed the kids, so I visited them at school on Monday and Tuesday.
They were staying with Danny.
They were with Danny that whole time, but Danny and I had started on days when we really missed the kids. We'd go have like lunch with them or breakfast with them. So I went and had lunch with them or read them a story. I saw them Monday, I saw them Tuesday. Wednesday was my overnight, and so that was Wednesday, and then he had them Thursday was yesterday.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I had face-to-face contact with him.
Was
June 30th.
June 30th. Okay. And then yesterday, y'all were conversing on text about this phone call or about this discussion for Ben.
On email, I think,
Okay.
about we'd both spoken with an administrator at the school, and so yesterday morning I emailed him and said I'd really love for him to go to this school. I think we should accept it. Here's why, and then I asked him a second question about Ben's birthday coming up because I didn't have Ben on his birthday. He wanted this Lego thing, and I wanted to make sure that no one else got it for him. So I asked him if he was going to do a party for Ben, so I knew ahead of time whether people would be bringing presents or whatever, and so I knew whether he would have gotten it from someone else or whether I should buy it for him. And he wrote back and said, "When your voice feels better, let's talk," because my throat was really hurting. He said, "Let's talk. We need to work this out for Monday." And I sent him an email. You'll see it sometime this morning while I was home working on my paper that said, "Okay, I'm ready to talk whenever you are." I don't know what time I sent it, but if I called him at 11:40, it was either before I called him because I thought normally he would have called.
Okay.
Like when he said I'm done with the class at 10:30, and I had said, "Okay, let's talk," and then sent him a call or an email. Like I thought it was weird I hadn't heard from him, but I just thought like, oh, maybe he's busy with something or showering. Or...
But he told you at some point that he was going to premiere this morning.
Yeah, no, that phone
When-
message says I'm going to premiere. I'll be out 10:15, 10:30, and so you can call me after that.
When did you receive that phone message?
Maybe after the repair guy left, so maybe
This
at like this morning,
Okay.
like at 11ish or something.
So you're at your house with the repairman. He leaves. You go back to working on your papers, and then you leave your house around noon. Drive down. Trescott's blocked. You turn around. You go back around on Benton, and then you go to
There's a
the.
tree.
Pardon?
I thought it was like a tree that fell down or something.
So
I didn't even think like that's the house. I saw a few houses blocked off, and I'm sorry, I wasted
sorry.
time.
No, you're not wasting my time. Did you? I think I asked you before. You don't have a number for Amy. You do not have a contact number for her, but you know she's a professor at NYU.
Yeah.
You know that her and Danny have been seeing each other, and that she stayed here from the end of June to the 1st of July. Just
At least 2
28
days, maybe. Yeah.
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 and she met the children,
Yeah, she met a few friends in town too.
and you don't know anything about her ex,
No, I know she was married.
right? And she has children
She has a son
in New York.
in New York.
Okay.
She's a son. I think he's 14.
Okay.
Um,
Do you know how old Amy is?
she's 50.
She's 50.
Yeah. She doesn't look 50. She's very beautiful. But she is, not that you can't be beautiful at 50, but she looks really young. She's very pretty and accomplished. And
You know her date of birth?
I only know that she is 50. I don't, because I was looking her up one time, feeling.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she's 50. She goes by Amy Adler.
Her middle initial is M.
M. Okay.
So that, like, if you looked her, oh my God, if you looked her up on the law school website, you'd find her that way.
Okay.
her brother's famous. He's like a famous fashion designer. So I think they spend a lot of weekends like in the Hamptons, and she lives in the city and lives like, you know, good life.
Okay.
Poor,
You gave me a name of Matt Price.
poor that girl for, you know, dating Dan and then just being sucked into this whole thing. What a nightmare that has to be for her as well.
Who's in DC.
That's his best friend.
Is that an attorney?
He's an attorney, yeah. I'm sorry you have to deal with so many lawyers.
That's okay. I'm used to it. I got to deal with state attorney's office, public defender's office, private attorneys.
The only time I've ever been in this, I represent victims of crime. I represent immigrant victims of crime, so it's the only time I've ever been in this building. Is
Oh,
like
okay.
advocating for my clients.
And the other friend,
The other friend is Josh Berman, also attorney. He's in New York City.
a city attorney for New York.
No, he's private. They're both private.
Okay.
And they were like the historic best friends
Okay.
from college and law school.
And then of course Alex is up in Cairo.
I know. I'm assuming they're close. I know that he sleeps over at their house a lot with the kids.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because the kids really love to play together or because they're close, but they spend a lot of time together. I'm sure they're close.
All right. Okay.
Danny's pretty religious, so like he'd be connected with like rabbis and stuff in town too.
Okay. All right. Which synagogue does he go to?
He goes to two. The one he's most strongly affiliated with is Shomrei Torah. And by the way, if you get a nod that I can't use the bathroom, I could really use
Okay.
it. So
I'm gonna make
I
that
mean, I'm
happen
not
right
gonna
now.
die, but if I could just, that'd be great.
Here we go.
Okay. Hi.
She gotta
You
she
come
gotta
with
swab your
me?
hands.
Oh,
First, I'm gonna have to do your hands.
okay. Hi. What does GSR stand for?
Gunshot residue.
Residue?
Residue.
Okay. This is a really hard job you guys have.
She sure does talk a lot, but I also talk a lot. Like when I get nervous,
Right or left-handed?
I work with both.
Okay.
But right-handed.
Okay. Since noon today, have you washed your hands at all?
I wish I could tell you I had, but I haven't.
Okay.
I'm filthy.
And a picture, correct?
Yeah.
Take a picture. I'm just gonna take a picture.
Of my hands?
No, of you. Just
you
stand up, and then you can go to the bathroom.
Okay.
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 All right, ready?
Do you need to escort me?
I'm just gonna walk you around the corner. It's not really, it's just showing you where it is.
oh, they are. No, she just went to the
What
bathroom
time do
now.
your kids get out of school?
So, I think this school ends at like 5.
Okay.
But I usually pick them up early. Danny probably told him he was going to take them to Truesdale today, so they'll be expecting earlier. But 5, it would be times.
That's what time they close?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll stay open.
Okay. Okay.
They were supposed to be with me this week, so normal for them, other than this swim bit, would have been to spend the weekend with me. And
Where did they sleep last night?
With Danny.
with Danny?
Yeah.
Okay. So Danny took them.
I got sorry.
Go ahead.
I got a call. So he has an alarm system in the house, and I
Right.
must still be on the call list for people if there's a break-in. I got a call yesterday. I guess it'll be on the phone when it happened. I got a call from like the company with the alarm company that said like the alarm's been triggered, it's gone off. There's another family in town that we're really close with. The woman's name is Lynn, and she's on the list too, so she got a call. I know this because I saw her yesterday evening. I went to a friend's art gallery thing, and she happened to be there 'cause it's a small town. And she said, "Oh, I guess I got a call from Trescott." And
Okay.
I said, "Oh, I got the same call." I said, "But I just figured it was fine." So they called yesterday, and I don't remember what time it was. Maybe the morning, maybe the evening, but it happens sometimes every
Right.
once in a while with weather, whenever the alarm gets triggered. So I didn't think anything of it. But I
Right.
wonder if there was like an attempted break-in yesterday.
I don't know. I'll have to check into that. Do you know what the alarm company is?
It's on my phone, right? The message
Okay.
that they left.
Sure.
I probably deleted it, but then I didn't delete my deleted messages. So if you look at deleted, you could find it.
Okay.
If not, I could probably figure it out. And Lynn could tell you.
Okay.
If you had to ask her.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
But no calls today.
Mm-mm.
Where did the children sleep the night before? Have they been staying with Danny right along?
Yeah, except week on, week off, but with Wednesday overnights. So Wednesday night they were with me.
When you say Wednesday overnight,
It
Wednesday.
means like if it's a mommy week, then
Right.
they're with you all week. Except Wednesday night they'd go to Danny.
Okay.
If it's a Danny week,
Right.
so they're with him all week. Except Wednesday night they came to me.
All right, and then so Wednesday
And
night
that's
they.
the last time I didn't tell you this, but I thought about it in the bathroom. I didn't have an interaction with him, but that's the last time I saw him was Wednesday. I picked up the kids and I was going to take them to Whole Foods.
Okay.
And I saw Danny working on his computer in the window of the Whole Foods, and I took him to BurgerFi instead
Oh.
because he and I were, divorced,
Right.
and interactions with him were hard. And it was my one day with the kids, and I thought, well, if we go inside, it's going to be like all of us together, and I wanted time by myself
That's
with
fine.
them. So I took them, but that's the last time I saw him. So I saw him sitting there Wednesday afternoon working.
He was inside Whole
He was
Foods,
inside Whole Foods with
Okay.
his computer,
Okay.
writing.
and the kids came out.
The kids didn't see him.
Okay.
We were just about to enter. I saw him. I thought, oh, my one day with the kids,
Okay.
and so I went and got burgers instead.
To the burger fry. Okay. All right. So then Thursday
I got a call.
you got called about the alarm. Had you had any contact with the kids during that time?
On Thursday, I had them Wednesday night. I brought them to school on Thursday, and then, no, not after I dropped them off.
Okay.
And there's a record at school of like when you log in. So
Right.
I probably dropped them off a little before 9, but they could tell you what
Okay.
time.
All right. And then so then he kept them last night,
Mhm.
Thursday night, and then he would have driven them to school.
Mhm.
What time does he normally drop them off at school?
It varies. Sometimes he has breakfast with them. I got the call from him. It was 9:04, I think. So he must have already just dropped them off and was probably driving from school to the gym, and that's why he was saying, "Going to this class. I'll touch base with you after."
All right. And then no contact after that.
We had some texting contact. That's when I was saying that my last contact wasn't very nice. I was saying, well, I wanted to pick them up at 3, and he was saying, well, you are only allowed them after 4:30. And I was like, well, what about last week? I picked them up at 5, and he said I was just being nice. And I said, I guess nice was fun while it lasted.
Okay.
That's the answer to it.
Okay. All right. His parents and his family, do you have contacts for them in your phone?
I have contacts for at least one of them.
Okay.
I think I've been recently deleting them just because they don't call me. But at least one of them, I can tell you his, like, I don't know whether it's his dad's name. His parents are actually recently divorced.
Okay. We'll get the phone back. You can supply.
Yeah, but I
those
think if
now.
you had an alibi, like I think they would, that would help too. Like if you're like, oh, I went to the gun range or, I did something like that. Like not if you were just like, I don't know, sitting in the middle of a Burger King and then they're like, hey, this guy's been murdered. Do you have gunshot residue on you? I mean, I think they could, put the timelines together. But also, yeah, no, we all need to stay safe here.
Numbers.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll attempt to contact them.
Oh my God.
Find out where they're at least in Canada.
It's just the worst thing you could have happen.
Now I gotta ask you something. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you own a gun?
No.
Have you ever owned a gun? Have you ever fired a gun?
I think I went skeet shooting about 12 years ago.
Okay. Nothing since then. Does Danny own a gun?
Not that I know of, but maybe since I left. He didn't own a gun when I was with him.
Never had a gun around or?
No.
Did he ever talk about buying a gun or anything?
He would talk about it, but he's a criminal law professor,
Right.
so sometimes he would talk about things just like
Yeah.
to have a discussion about, like,
Okay.
should we have a gun in the home? Is it dangerous?
Right.
As far as I knew, there was no gun in the house.
Okay.
I
You
said
don't know
my
anybody
way.
that he owed money to? You don't know
Just
anyone?
me.
I know, besides
Where's
you.
my
That
crown?
It was, and that was under court order, I'm assuming.
It's yeah, and we have lawyers, and he very much respects, as do I, the legal system. You know,
Right.
so
For
it
reasons.
was working its way through.
Okay.
But anyone he owes money to, I mean, he doesn't gamble, he doesn't drink, like he doesn't have any vices, he doesn't
Right.
do anything weird. I can't imagine. I mean, I think he annoys people with his like legal academia, but I think like in the ivory tower here, not like, I don't think he owed money to anyone. I can't imagine.
Okay. I mean, unless you have something I can't think of, I'm looking for some reason that someone would want to hurt him.
Not just hurt him.
Right.
I mean,
I know, but the intention.
I could see one of my friends wanting to shake him
Right.
with a gun.
Which one of your
No.
friends?
No,
I'd be like, which one?
I don't know who would do this, and I'm very scared because I don't understand why this would happen. He and I got along fine for the sake of the kids. You heard the message where he was like, well, maybe we'll just take a walk around school. And
Right.
I mean, I found him hard to be around, but so did a lot of people. They all knew he meant well. He was a decent, good human being. He wouldn't hurt anybody. He would never do this to anybody. I don't know who would want to hurt him like this. I really don't.
I
Yeah,
need
a
to
lot of
ask
people said he was absolutely wonderful, and he just cared about his kids, and that's all he wanted to do was to be a father to his kids.
you, was your divorce, you said before, it had nothing to do with infidelity, no extramarital affairs or anything like that.
Neither one of us.
It was just simply the fact that you all just didn't get along anymore, or was it just the fact that he was belligerent to you?
He never hurt me physically, but he was emotionally abusive.
Okay.
And I didn't tell most people that. So all most people know is it just didn't work out, and it's just the kids are young, and this is just better this way. So other than my family, who saw the way he treated me, most people were, well, I think his family was very surprised. He told everyone around the community that I was mentally ill because only a crazy person would leave him, and so there's a lot. But you know who would? Yeah. So that, I mean, that's it. The
Also, he
circumstances
might have
made it-
said that you were mentally ill because you were trying to relocate his children 9 hours away from him.
simple where it just wasn't a really healthy marriage, and I thought it'd be better for the boys if they didn't grow up thinking that's the way you treat women. But he didn't hit me, he didn't hit them, he didn't have a drug problem, he didn't gamble, he didn't cheat on me, I didn't cheat on him. There's no other, I keep thinking the only like unknown I can think of is like Amy's ex-husband. Like, is he still in the picture? Is he upset?
Right.
Danny, I defriended him from Facebook because I found it too upsetting to like see intermittent pictures of the kids. But I wonder, he's very, very public on Facebook about like where he is, when he's traveling, where he's going. And so I wonder if he's got pictures up of him and Amy, and if there's a jealous ex-husband in the...
You know where this ex-husband would be?
He'd be in New York too.
Is he also an attorney?
I don't even know his name.
Okay.
I just know they when Amy came down here, they went over a mutual friend of ours. It's a guy that works at the law school. This guy Jay, and his wife Dory is a good friend of mine, and they have kids my kid's age. And I said to her, I remember saying, so what's she like? You know, like she met her before I did, and she said, she's really nice, and she's very sweet, and she's recently divorced too, so she knows how awkward all of this is to meet the new person.
Okay.
I don't know, and I'm scared.
Okay. Have you had anything happen at your house?
No.
Nothing?
Uh-uh.
And the information for Best Buy for the service tech that was there, that's at your house?
Mhm. I'd be happy. I mean, if someone wants to
Yeah, we'll
come
get
back
that.
with me,
We'll get that. And that was basically from when he came out there to serve, well, I guess to replace the
he
TV.
came out to fix it and then told me that what was wrong with it wasn't fixable.
Right.
And so I called Charlie to find out, should I buy a new one or should I fix
Right.
this one? And he was like, just buy a new one. And
And once he left, do you remember what time the serviceman left?
probably around 10,
10.
before 10. And then
Okay.
I left by 12.
But between that time, between 10 and 12, you were by yourself working on your papers and stuff.
Yeah.
Were you doing on papers or computer?
It was all on computer.
Okay.
And that's what I was thinking. I sent some edits in to someone at the law library
Alright.
during that time.
Okay.
I called a few friends. I sent some texts. I mean, all of that'll be
On the phone.
on the phone.
Or did you call from your house phone?
I don't have a house phone.
Okay, you use all your communications is over your cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you have more than one cell phone?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to introduce you to a victim advocate. She's going to be very helpful. And she's going to, once the phone comes back, she'll get the numbers for his folks. You're saying everybody's in Canada. Is that correct? On his side of the family?
His family's in Canada.
Okay, Alberta.
No,
Correct.
his mom and dad, his immediate family is in Toronto.
Okay.
His like aunts and uncles and cousins are all in Montreal. Everyone's English speaking.
Okay.
No family in the States. They're all in Canada.
And that's where he's from originally?
He's from there. He came here for college and never left. So he's 41 and he's been here since he was 18.
Did he go to FSU for law school?
No,
Okay. Where did he go to law school?
Harvard.
Harvard, okay. And then he got a position as a professor.
We moved up here for his job.
So you were in New York too?
No. I've never lived in New York.
Oh.
I was actually at University of Miami going to law school. We met, we got engaged, and then I was going to do my last year of law school up here. So in 2005, we moved here. He was a professor and I was a student for one more year. And then we moved back to Miami for a year, and then we moved here for a year. The reason why I say his parents are going to say I did it is because after we got divorced, I wanted to move to South Florida, and I filed a petition to relocate in the court, and the court said no. So
Because of the kids.
So you can always leave, you just can't leave with your kids. So we're in Tallahassee because of Danny's job. So
He taught at UM before he came up here?
he didn't. He had that year at FSU, and then UM said they wanted to hire him. So I worked there for a year. He worked there for half a year. We commuted back and forth to FSU, and then UM didn't hire him, and so we moved back to FSU.
Okay.
And I've been here since like the 07 school year.
All right. I'm gonna go get the victim advocate, all right, and introduce you to her. And as soon as we get your phone back, I'll probably want you to show me some of those text messages. I know it's gonna be on the record,
Okay.
but I may want to ask you that, and then we'll try to get everything expedited, so you can be there when your kids get picked up from school.
Right, because the alternative would be like a police officer.
Yeah, we don't want to do
Scary.
that. I want you to come pick them up.
Instead of a police officer, if it can't be me, I'd rather it be like a family friend or something.
Well, we could do that too.
Okay,
if
I'm
you'd
just saying,
rather.
like,
Yeah.
I do not want, I think they'll get really scared.
No. All
Officer taking
the
them.
officer's done is checked on your children and make
Okay.
sure they're at school. We just
I
have to
don't
find
know.
out
Part
where
of
they were
me,
and
like,
where
if a madman is running around and somebody had just gunned down to my ex-husband while my kids, like, were in his care an hour before, I'd be like, can a police officer please come with me to go pick my kids up from school? Like, the thought of being out and about while this is happening, I would be petrified.
you work. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Okay. I can put my IDs away.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wendy, this is Sarah Latour.
Hi, Sarah.
Victim advocate.
How are you?
Here, I'm gonna come sit over here on the side if you don't mind. So I don't have to meet you under these circumstances.
I'm usually a lot more fun.
I've been trying to kind of find some next of kin information on his parents.
Do you want their names?
Yes, that'd be helpful.
His dad is Dan Markel.
And they're in Canada.
They're in Canada. They're in Toronto.
Toronto.
What's the phone?
Okay. His mom's name is Ruth.
Yeah, I just find it so odd that if you don't know who this person is and you don't know what they have against you or Danny, or, how do you know they're not going to start just like taking people out one by one? I would be absolutely horrified. And I would be like, can you send somebody, like, please? Spend the night at my house?
They just got divorced.
Can I sleep
They're
at the police
70,
department?
Divorced after like 30-something years of marriage.
And when you say they're 70, are they in good health 70?
Mhm. Yeah, they're young. They're
Okay.
like,
70 but not 70.
my dad just turned 70 and he's very young, 70.
Okay. So they wouldn't live together.
I don't think they're living together. Truthfully, Danny and I got divorced in the last 2 years, and they separated in the last 2 years, so
Okay.
I'm fuzzy on the
And
details.
that's okay. And you were going through your thing, and they were probably going through theirs.
Yeah. I have that start.
See you.
It's pretty.
I'm sure that I got my hand. A lot of people do.
He has a sister that he's really close with.
Is she in Canada too? And what's her name?
Her name's Shelly Markel.
Is Shelly short for something?
It's not.
Okay. Does she have EY in there? Or is it
No,
just
it's Shelly. I'm sure you do this all the time. It's your job, but like I cannot believe this is happening.
It's not a normal situation to be in. And
Right.
It's never,
We can just live in the police
anything like
department.
that,
It
or
will
your
be
emotions and
perfectly
stuff you're
fine.
feeling are okay right now. Okay.
I'm so worried about my kids. I don't know how I'm gonna tell them what happened.
And you know
They're so little.
and you know it is difficult sometimes for little kids because they're such realities.
They love their dad.
Of course they do.
I'm sorry. You can ask me questions.
No,
I'm just-
you're fine. Talk to me about what you want to talk about.
It's fine. I'll tell you what you
No, you're good though. Like I want to be here for you too.
I'll tell you what you want to hear.
I just like I can't believe this is happening. I don't understand, and I'm very scared because if this can happen, like, what if someone's gonna come after the kids? Like, who did this, and why would he do this?
And from you know what they're missing, they haven't had any indications of that.
Do you think someone can watch like the house where I'm gonna be with the kids tonight to make sure?
Okay,
that
so
nobody
here
comes
she
after us?
asks.
We'll discuss kind of that type of stuff. I'm gonna make sure that they know all your concerns and fears. Okay.
I just
take stuff one step at a time right now. I know it's hard.
I don't know how I'm gonna tell them.
You know, I can tell you this. I think it's gonna be best coming from you. You're their mother. And you seem very educated and put together. And it sounds like you've gone through a lot the past 2 years.
And but the kids have been doing so well with everything. They're really like happy, well-adjusted kids. They have so many people in their
Sometimes,
lives
like,
that
you all are
love
doing
them.
the right thing.
And I get why it would be a suspect.
Yeah, I gotta
but-
say, I mean, I really go back and forth with her just listening to this. And, you know, there are some things, and it's coming up, but there are some things that she says that you're just like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But then there are some things where I'm like, okay, I get it. I mean, I know this isn't the most riveting live stream that we've ever done, but you have to listen to all of it in order to get the context.
But we were divorced, but the idea that I would ever do anything is like, I understand why they need to check, but I don't know who would though. I don't know who would do this. I can see why they would think it would be me.
Well, and I don't think. And did Investigator Isom talk to you at all about like what your role is in this?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
And a lot of times they do stuff just to kind of cancel you out too.
It's fine. I understand.
Okay.
I understand. I just can't believe this is happening. So I do best with being helpful. So why don't you tell me what I can do to help you?
Okay. Well, give me the parents' names. I know you probably, if you have any of their phone numbers, I know you don't right now, probably from memory either.
It's in my
because-
phone.
Right.
I don't remember them.
So we'll wait for.
They lived in Toronto, and I didn't have a really close relationship
Okay.
with them before the divorce.
Okay.
And after the divorce, it's been, I've sent his sister like happy birthday messages, but it hasn't. It's not close, and so I don't.
Right. You didn't have a reason to really have communication with them, and that's okay.
Okay, so other than their names,
Right. That's probably all you really.
no, I'm asking like what can I do?
Let's see. You can, worry about you and your boys. Start thinking who would be someone that you want here for you that's here in Tallahassee now
What do you mean here for me? Like for what?
for support for you, because you're gonna have to go.
I'd really like my family to come.
Okay.
They're not here, but
Where are they located?
I'm just so upset right now that I'm worried about parenting effectively. And so if
well, that's why.
my parents were here, they could help me. They're really close with the kids, and so they could help me. I feel like you and I look a little bit of like. Do you see this as you're looking at my face?
You have very pretty blue eyes. They're much bluer than mine.
But I feel like. Anyway, it's like
And the
looking
hair.
at my sister. Similar hair. I must look awesome right now, but when I'm not in crisis, I'd really like my parents to be here and help me
Okay.
with the kids.
And so, for my information, what are your parents' names?
I feel like I should be the one to tell them.
No, I don't want. I'm not gonna go tell them. I'm
Yeah.
just more of as
Who's
this
with
time
you?
goes on, right? When you're referring to people, I want to know. who you're
Sure.
talking
My parents' names are Donna and Harvey Adelson.
about. And you-
Yeah. She overshares. And I have to say I'm gonna try to be a little lenient on that because I talk a lot, especially when I get nervous. And just because she's nervous, like when I say she's nervous, it doesn't mean that she's guilty, because this is a very nerve-wracking situation that she's been put in. But she talks a lot, but also oh, you and I look like each other. Oh, I have that skirt. Oh, I have, like, it's I don't know. I don't know.
They're in Florida.
They are. They're splitting. They're sort of in the process of retiring.
Okay.
I mean, semi.
Mhm.
So they work together. They're super happy and in love. 40 plus years in. So they like live in Coral Springs for part of the week and then in Miami for part of the week. So today is Friday and they're in Miami.
Okay, so is Miami like their weekend home then for them?
My brother Charlie got this place for them to sort of have them try living in Miami. So
Okay.
sometimes on the weekends they all hang out together. So they'll be there.
And like I said, I'm not going to notify your parents or anything like that. I just, like I said, getting that more just so.
For future, yeah.
And do you have anyone in Tallahassee that you consider your go-to person here?
I have a lot of, I'm just saying this to be bragging. I have like a number of people that
You
I
have a
feel
good network.
I do. The person who feels most like family is my friend Lynn.
Lynn?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just a bit older than me, and I'm very close.
Honestly, you didn't miss much. This stream is less than riveting, but we just are listening in full context. Now she's sitting in here with the victim advocate.
To their family. She's 4 kids, and I kind of like an aunt to the twin girls. I'd really love for Lynn to be around.
Okay. What's Lynn's last name?
Grossman.
SSMAN?
Yeah,
She's here locally.
she is. Yeah, she lives right down, really close to me.
What are your 2 boys' names? I know.
My older son is turning 5 on the 29th. His name's Benjamin.
I just, it's about 4:10, so I know we're gonna need to start making arrangements as far as if he wants to maybe pick your kids up and take them home, that type of thing. So Sarah can, if you wanna figure that out, just because I think he said that they had to be picked up by about 5 or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So something to
Okay.
just think about what we
thank
want to
you.
get on.
What should we do about?
What do you think would be, do you have any, because you probably have, they're younger, right? So probably
They're 3.5 and 5.
So they probably
They're
started
in
on
car
boosters.
seats.
Okay.
They're in car seats. I am in shock right now, so I could probably be functional to like drive
can
a
help.
car.
Well, I can help with kind of that type of stuff. Do you have a friend? Do you want?
I mean, I would if Lynn is here. I don't know. if
That's
she's gonna
true.
come. It's
That's a good point. What she's saying seems to be a lot like whatever comes to her mind and less like planned or rehearsed. That's a good point.
Friday.
Yes.
I don't know if she's in town this weekend. If she is, I would love for her to be with
Lynn would be
me.
your person. Okay.
Yeah,
And then if Lynn's not, do you have a kind of backup person you would think?
I do. I have a lot of friends who have kids, so they have their own responsibilities.
I do have to say, watching this is very different than watching her testimony. Her testimony we'll have to watch it. You have to see it in real time. Her brain is trying to process information. True. And that's what it comes down to. What do you think? I mean, do you think that she knows more? I mean, and it comes towards the end. There are some things that I covered in my video that she says, "Oh, my family sounds surprised, so that I'm relieved." Why are you relieved that your family sounds surprised? Why do you think that your family is capable of doing this? Like, there's some things that she says that are very odd.
My friend Jane, who actually I think used to be a victim advocate.
Okay.
Jane would be a really good choice. Jane McPherson.
I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks she had like some sort of inkling. There's some sort of spidey sense that she knew. But I agree with you. Not when, not how, but also too in Donna Adelson's trial, one of the girls that was in jail with her had said, they asked her, "Are you guilty of what you're being accused of?" And she said, "Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to happen that way." So I'm wondering if maybe they weren't supposed to scare him and they just went up and they were like, you know, just killed him.
You probably, and I might be able to get these.
By the way, I fixed everything, and I have all of the black items up on the merch store. Black hoodies, black T-shirts, black mugs. Now I'm working on the white ones. If you guys ever want any other colors or color variations, please let me know, and I would be happy to make them. I wear black all the time, so that's what I assume other people want. But if you ever want like a different variation, tell me and I will make it for sure.
Because she doesn't have kids, it's all on my phone.
I know, and it's okay. And I know I don't have anything memorized either.
Other close friends that I would have be with me right now. I have this really close friend whose husband died last year, who was a kid, and we spent a lot of time together, so she'd understand, but I don't want to do that to her.
Okay.
Well, too, being capable of doing it, I don't know if, you know, that's the thing. Maybe when she says they're not capable of doing it, like she knows that they personally wouldn't be physically capable of doing it. But maybe, I don't know if like they would, she knows that they would pay for it. I don't know.
Maybe between Lynn and Jane.
Hopefully
maybe
one of
we can
them.
get- Okay.
Oh, Jane might be traveling. It's just somewhere people are traveling all the
Okay.
time.
I understand.
Who else might be here?
What do you think? Lynn and Jane would be kind of a good start.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go check and see how long on your phone. So that way we can kind of start working on those things.
Okay.
Some things for you to think about. When you meet your boys. And I'm sorry, it's really hard.
I just don't know how to tell them that.
Well, you know your boys better than anyone else does, right?
Right now, they were expecting, I don't know if Danny told them or not, the plan was he was going to take them swimming this afternoon,
Okay.
which is sort of out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Normally, I would just pick him up, but I think he's leaving town for the weekend. I just think he wanted extra time with the kids. So
Right.
That's
he was gonna
true.
take them
She
to
did
Tuesday
know
and
that
bring
he
them to
looked
my
into
house.
it even
So
as a joke.
Sometimes plans change.
Right.
Like, sometimes his flights are delayed from New York, and the kids say, I thought, they call him Abba, which means father in Hebrew. They say, I thought this was an Abba day. What are you doing here?
Okay.
And I'd say, well, Abba's flight was late, so it's going to be a mommy day for a little while. So if there was a plan they were expecting, it would have been the go to the pool plan, but
Okay.
they knew that it was time to be with me. So,
Okay, so they knew they were going to transition into
so
a mommy
normal
time.
for them would have been mommy all weekend,
Okay.
mommy all week, and then
Okay.
Wednesday Abba.
Okay.
What you were saying. So for them, this is what they expect. Is I think for me to come pick them up, it's very normal.
Okay.
I don't know if I can drive my car right now.
And that's why we're going to try to see some friends, kind of try to work out what options we can to help you so you might not have to do that, okay?
Okay.
So let me go check on your phone,
Okay.
and then I'll come back and kind of let you know and see if maybe how long it'll take, or see if I can find some phone numbers.
My two friends that I was with for lunch when they came and found me, how did they find where I was?
I have no
Also,
idea.
I mean, did they just search for my car? Like, I am just amazed. I was eating with two girlfriends. They're both psychiatrists.
Okay.
So they'd probably be good people to talk to.
Okay.
One of them is a child psychiatrist, so I just
So
feel
she
like
might be a good person to talk to, especially about.
how to talk to the boys.
I mean,
I'm fine.
I
As fine as a
know.
baby, so I'm fine.
I would expect her to do more, like when, or at least relax a little bit if she didn't know anything, unless she really is aware that the cameras are on her. Because usually that's when people out themselves, right? Is when people leave the room because they don't remember that they're being recorded. I think Ham is home. Hi, Ham. I'll tell her you said hi.
Know where Lynn or Jean work, because we're gonna try to find the phone numbers for them, right? Some work numbers. If they work at.
So Jane
Actually-
she's working for.
Ham, you want to come in? Oh, she's doing Pilates. However, now, you know what? I'll let her tell you guys whenever she's done. All right, maybe next week or Friday.
From home.
Okay.
Lynn works. I'm kind of forgetting. what
That's
the
a good
other
point
place
too.
is
She
that
could feel
works.
really guilty.
She does like Holocaust recovery stuff. Department of Financial Services, maybe. It's not DVPR. It might be DFS. But her
She
husband.
works for the state though.
Her husband and I are close to, like, I'm
Okay.
friends with the family. Her husband's name is Alan Grossman, Allen,
Oops.
and he has his own law firm in town, so he should be really easy to find.
Okay,
He's like
and he-
Grossman, but Furlough and Bio, maybe.
Do you know what street it's off of by chance? Probably downtown. Okay, that's good.
But
Though.
you
I
can
mean,
find him and find
he's
that
an
number,
attorney.
and he's usually at work. I'm trying to think. All of my real.
So Tonal just released a Pilates program with Pilates straps, which turns the Tonal into a Pilates reformer. I did it today. I love it. I love it so much. I'm gonna be a Pilates girly.
Really close friends live out of town, but
Okay. And go. I'm gonna try to do just some Google stuff real quick, and then I'll come back.
okay. God, we really should start memorizing more phone numbers. I used to know
You know,
them.
it's just technology that makes it easier for us.
I'm going crazy in this white room.
I'm sorry. I know it's not the.
It's not like pictures of
No,
my
no.
mother. I just feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone, and I keep picturing the kids like at a funeral having to say goodbye to their dad, and I just
Just take it
can't
one
believe
step
I
at a
have to do
time.
this to them.
Do you want me when I find their numbers? Is it okay if I call your
Yeah,
friends?
yeah,
Okay,
it's
you want
fine.
me, and I can go and tell them
I
that
could
you.
really use some help
Okay.
taking care of the boys tonight.
Of course.
I'm trying to think of who else I would call. My closest friend in town is on vacation right now with her family.
Well, we'll start with Lynn and see kind of where we get from there. Since she.
Okay.
Okay.
So Pilates is like, I don't know how to explain it to you. You're going to have to look it up. You use like, it was used in the beginning when they made it to be like, for soldiers that had like injuries, I think. Or was it prisoners of war? There's like a really interesting backstory to it. But now they have reformers where you can use like cords and like straps. Just look it up. I don't want to ruin it. It's Pilates. It's like yoga on steroids, really. It's very relaxing.
Ugh.
Get in touch with one of your friends. you think it's best if maybe they picked up the kids first, or
Just because it's 4:15 now, I didn't know time-wise what we'd be looking
I
at.
just don't want to bring them. I was going to say I don't want to traumatize them, but they're about to get plenty traumatized.
And they can take them home.
Right. I just
I
don't
mean-
know what would be less upsetting for the
And
boys.
that's,
Like,
that's up to you.
I believe her children are like
Or we
3
can
and
make
4 at
arrangements
this
with
time.
School and just say, look, it's going to be a little late. You need to work with us, and mom and a friend will
I
come.
think they do keep it open till like 5:30
Okay.
or so. So what I would most like would be to pick them up myself
Okay.
and have someone with me in
Okay.
case I don't feel like I can drive well.
That's fine. And Lynn would be your first option
Lynn
to
would
come
be
here.
my first
And
choice,
you're-
or Alan, her husband.
Okay. And you're okay with me speaking with them and telling them to come here
Yeah,
first? And
we let my car is.
we have the cars here.
Oh, they got it here.
I think they were bringing it here, and I think
Did they take my keys?
I
How
don't
did
know.
they get the car here?
I don't know.
I guess you guys.
Well, I may be wrong. I thought, and Investigator Isom,
Yeah.
it may still be at the other place, was gonna touch base, okay, I may not, I may be wrong, was going to touch base with you about, cause I know he's done a bunch of different stuff as far as doing your hands and all that stuff, to see if you'd be willing to let us look in your car, to see if there's
you can look.
anything,
You
you know,
can
okay.
search the
And
car.
so he'll have another form for you
That's
to do.
fine.
Okay, so I will call them, and the question is, I will not tell them what's going on until they get here.
I would tell them.
Okay, I just didn't know them driving. Are they good friends with him as well?
I mean, they've been mutual friends, but
Okay.
they're more my friends.
Okay.
I mean, I think everyone's gonna be devastated.
Sure.
to hear
And maybe
about
I'll
this,
just
but-
say that you're up here, you're fine, but they need to come pick you up, and then we can do that here. You know.
I mean,
Yeah, no problem.
I think you can tell them
Okay.
when he needs help.
That's
Picking up the
fine.
boys
Yes.
because of
yeah.
what's happened. Like, I think you can tell them why
Okay.
I need them.
That's fine.
And that's fine.
And she said she's fine with the van, search of the van and stuff. When
Do
you
you
know, because we were talking about that. But, all right, I will take care of this, Wendy.
Thank you. I don't know who that is. Is she another?
she's she's
No.
a sergeant with us.
Okay. That was very gendered of me. Sorry.
Those what?
No, you're
Assuming
okay.
she's a
Ah.
victim advocate because she's a woman.
No.
You're welcome. I'll fill out whatever paperwork you want.
Right here.
Search the van. I can read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You witness that, Sarah?
Sure.
We got an alternative for the kids.
What's the alternative?
I mean,
Right
somebody
now,
else.
Joanna's calling one of her friends that she gave us and trying to see if they can have the friend come here,
Right.
and then they can go together and pick up the children. That way
Okay.
she'll have the support system.
Right.
So-
Absolutely. The receipt you just rolled up. What was that for?
That was lunch. I was trying to find the receipt from the bourbon, but I may have put it with the bourbon. This is from yesterday. It's lunch. And these are old ones. I was looking for the bourbon, but I must have put it in the bag with the bourbon that I kept in the car.
Can I hold on to this one for Mosaic?
Sure.
Okay. Do you need it to balance your booking?
No,
Okay.
sir, that's fine.
What's this?
I just didn't want you to think I was crumbling up other
No,
receipts. They're just-
it wasn't for that. I just was thinking before.
No, I just thought I would find the bourbon one.
Yeah.
But I must have put it in the bag.
Just looking at the dates.
I eat a lot. I lost the key to my house, so I went to buy many spare keys to give to friends around town so I don't get locked out of my house again.
Okay.
So that's what that is. It's my many spare keys that are now around Tallahassee, which now makes me nervous.
Okay. I know the receipt that I might be interested in is the gas receipt.
Yeah. Oh, I asked for no receipt,
Okay.
so I can give you my
That's okay.
charge card information, but
If I need it later on.
I didn't get a receipt.
That's all right.
Okay.
But you bought the bourbon over there sometime afternoon and then went to, okay. All right.
It should be, the bourbon's in the car, so
okay.
it should be in there.
Okay. I'll get started on this and we'll hold on to this.
Are you bringing the car here?
Yes, I think it's already here.
How did they bring it here without
Tow truck.
keys?
Tow
Tow truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to be as efficient as possible. All right, so we're working on the
Yep, Joanna's trying to make contact now with some friends.
okay, and then they'll come here hopefully. Okay.
Hopefully, as long as she knew.
Do you think I need to? I had like a whole weekend of plans ahead with the kids and stuff. Like, should I start contacting people and let them know that like I can't?
Just,
What's a good idea?
I
just like I can't show up for like play dates right now. So
sure, yeah.
I don't know. Like, do you want me not to tell people what's going on? Is this like
Well,
I got that call from Lisa Perry? So like, how did she find out?
well, she said she saw something in Everett or heard
She
something.
said she
right?
heard there was a shooting on Trescott. I thought because she's a real estate agent, maybe she was
Right.
rolling around and she saw Trescott. But how did, like, is it on the news? Like, did
Well, I can tell you that there was news media out there with cameras, but I don't know if anything has been reported as to the specific address.
okay.
I don't know what our public information office has released.
I'm asking for you, like,
Okay.
I don't want to, like, make this,
She wants to know what she can tell people or what she can't right now.
which, in
Well,
terms of making things better or worse for you.
I would say that for right now, I would not deny to anybody that something did happen, but
But
you
if
could,
I'm gonna call and cancel all my, like, I'm supposed to be at a party
Right.
tonight, like,
okay, I can't go. There's been an incident.
so I
that's
can
happened
just
in front
tell
of me.
people I'm just not gonna be able to be
Right.
there. I'll talk to you later, and that's
Right.
it.
That's
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't want you not to have a support network of friends.
Yeah.
And
Well, I will
and-
tell who needs to know, but like,
Right.
I also, I don't.
You want to
I
explain
don't-
this to 1,000 people.
Well, it's not about. It's yes, but I don't think that's good for the kids. Like, I don't want people. I don't know what to do about, like, the kids are really young. I don't know what to do in terms of that reaction. But I also am kind of scared that there's like some maniac out there, and I would like for you to find whoever that is. So I don't want to make things worse in some way in terms of you being able to find someone.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
Just, I would just only tell the
Just-
people that need to know, that are
Okay.
closest to you for your benefit. And anyone else, if they inquire, you can tell them any excuse you want. You can say, the police have asked me not to discuss it.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
I'll throw you under the bus.
Okay, I'm used to that.
Okay. That's it. I swear I'm just blowing my nose.
You're all right.
Do they not have a trash can in this room?
Sarah, your job is very hard.
It is.
You have a very nice personality for it. Very calming.
Thank you for saying that. That's kind of how I sell myself sometimes on doing this.
It's
so.
really hard. Do you know Gwen?
Gwen Williams?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think we did a presentation at a Red Cross human trafficking.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Because I
At Salvation Army?
yes.
Yeah,
mhm.
that was me.
I thought so. Because when they were kind of telling me, who I was going to be talking with, I was like, that sounds familiar.
And I had the boys there that morning, and that's why I like talked to
And I
them.
remember you talking about your boys actually too.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Sorry, under these circumstances.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a nightmare.
This isn't something that anyone plans on going through or wants to go through.
We were
so it is-
divorced. It wasn't good, but like, this is never something you would ever want to happen.
That's a good point.
Um,
They probably don't have one in there. I was just thinking about, do you think, if your ex, the father of your children, right? I know it's very different and on all circumstances, but like, she knows he's in a hospital room alone by himself. None of his family's here because his family's all in Canada. And you'd want to go be with your boys, right? But also, like, I don't know. Part of me is like, can I go see him? Can I go be with him so he's not by himself? Like, isn't there any part of her that's like, all right, well, I'll go to the hospital so he's not alone? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess if they didn't really like each other, I understand a tumultuous like end to a relationship.
I understand why I'm a suspect. I guess I'm not a suspect. I understand why you would think that I would do this, but not you, but
Right.
I'm just worried about the kids. And I'm so sorry for his family. And for his children who are now going to grow up without a father.
For his children. For our children. That's an odd way to phrase it.
And I have no idea who would do this. And I feel like they're out there. And if they're capable of this, like, what's to keep them from going after the kids? Like, if they hate Danny, then why wouldn't they hate his children?
And
Or why wouldn't they hate you? Like she's not scared. She's never once said, like, would they come after me? I feel like somebody would be more mad at me than they would at children who were 3 or 4 years old.
And they're doing this investigation now to kind of figure out what happened.
He didn't do it to himself. There's no way he did it. He never really got depressed. He never got that sad. Like, he was a really positive guy. It wasn't him.
And just because you guys are divorced, you probably know him very well, probably better than anyone else does. So,
Except for the last 2 years, like I don't know specifics of like.
well, right, his personal life, but you still know his personality.
I do.
And, you know, personalities usually don't change very often. So
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time not being sad in front of the boys. I need to tell them today, don't I?
I think you do.
Have you done this before? Doesn't
Have
matter
I
if you've
told
done this before.
have I told children? You know, I have not as young as your boys.
And
Have I
that's,
told-
you know, it's all the things together, right? It's crazy that she says that there's a maniac and then none of them go into hiding. None of them. Especially her. Or with her kids. She's just out and about. Before they arrested anybody. Anybody. I'd be like, I'd find a friend who lives out of the state and be like, I got to get out of here.
You know where your boys are at. You know kind of what you've talked to your boys, you know, and I know they're so young, you know, some parents have conversations about life and death and things like that, and some haven't at that age.
We had our first conversation about God
Okay.
yesterday,
Okay.
ever. And Ben was clipping into his car seat, and Ben out of nowhere says, "Mommy, I bet Ahmed knows a lot more about God than you do." And I said, "Well," I said, "different people have different beliefs about God." And so we get to the car, and Ben was like, "Is God a man or a woman?" I said, "Well, some people believe that he or she is an old white man with a long white beard." And Lincoln, who's 3.5, said, "God is dead."
And is Ben's your oldest then, and then who's your 3.5-year-old?
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
And I said,
love that
I
name.
said, Lincoln, like I was like, it's like Nietzsche in the backseat. Like I was like Lincoln who's still in diapers but is having a sophisticated conversation about God.
Exactly.
And I just was laughing and laughing, and they were asking such interesting questions and I was answering them with like different people think different things. And you know, but it was just our first time we ever had a conversation where like they talk about superheroes a lot, and so sometimes they'll joke, they'll fall over and be like, "I'm dead," and I say, "I really don't like it when you say that." And you know, they've talked about like animals being like he was dead, like on the ground, and they even quasi understand Lincoln's named after my grandmother, and whose initials are LJ, so his initials are LJ. And he would say to my mom, who's still very heartbroken over the loss of her mother, he'd say to her mom, like, "Is your mommy dead?" And she'd say, "Yes, you know, you're named after him," and he'd say something like, "Well, is she in heaven then?" You know, like, so they have some fleeting concept of
Okay.
things like
So
God
they know
and
heaven.
I mean, I don't know.
And let me just kind of back. I'm not sure what investigator Isom kind of told you. You know that he's still alive.
No, I didn't know that.
He's.
Is he possibly gonna make it?
I don't know the answer to that. I know.
He made it sound like he was gone.
So no, that's right. That's right. Because at the beginning, he was like, you know, Dan has been shot. I don't think he's going to make it. And she's been talking about him like he's dead this whole time. And she just reminded her, like, you do know he's alive still, right? Oh, yikes.
So does that mean that he might be okay? You
I
know?
don't think, from what it sounds like, I don't think he'll be
The same. Okay, but he might make it.
I don't
might
want
be-
to give you that false.
I'm sorry. I just
No,
thought
it's
he was
okay.
gone, and now I don't know what to tell. It's sort of a game changer.
I know,
like,
and that's why I was kind of asking you.
I didn't know that. He
I
made
mean,
it
I
sound
don't.
like he made it sound like he was gone.
I don't think it's good though.
I know I mean, that's sort of what he said, but I assumed he was saying that like euphemistically.
And that's why I'm kind of at, because I don't want to be misleading
Is
in
there
this
any way to
conversation.
find out if like, because if he might be okay, like I want to bring the kids to him so they can.
And that's kind of stuff we'll talk about in a little, but let me ask him.
I just think that's different, right? Like, if
No,
he's
it
not gonna
is.
make it and he can see the kids one more time, then he should see them. So, is there like, are we getting updates from the hospital?
They have been, you know, they were at the hospital. Obviously, when, you know, something like this happens, they do go to the hospital.
How did this? So when it happened, did someone call the police because they heard a gunshot or something? Like, how would they know? Like, did he call the police? How would they know to take him to the hospital?
I don't know the answers to all these, and I'm not, you know, I'm gonna let, when Investigator Eisen comes back in here, I'll let you kind of ask some of those questions.
Okay.
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 But I didn't want you to think, I'm sorry, I just didn't want you to think that he was.
I thought he was gone.
And that's what I was getting from your conversation, and I didn't want it to be.
If he's still alive, I need to make different choices.
Right.
I want the boys to be with him. Well, I don't know. I mean, if he looks scary, then
Right, and that's what.
is that why? Does he look scary? Is that why?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Because I think I think that would be more traumatizing for the kids to see like something horrible. I don't want them to.
And I will say, from a victim advocate perspective,
Yeah.
I always recommend people not, especially young children.
They're so little. I mean, they could like. I want them to have. If it's gonna have to be memories, I want them to be good. Because their last memory would have been taking them to school this morning. This morning.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really do go back and forth on this interview.
Is the police officer still at school? Like, are the boys safe there right now?
I don't know the for sure answer to that, but I do know that they checked on them.
I know they checked on that, but like the kids, I just want to make sure they're okay.
Let me go talk and let me ask them that for you. Wendy, look at me. There's no reason for them to think that anything's going to happen to the boys right now, okay?
Okay.
And I just want you to know that there's no indications that.
But why would someone do this? Like, why would they just come after my whole family?
I do hear your concern. I do. I just want you to know, though, like, if there was an
I mean, there's no indication some crazy person was gonna kill Danny, so why would they not think someone was gonna, like, anything could happen, right?
From what I understood, that there was someone that was at the school.
They didn't find anyone, like, running away at the scene, did they?
I don't know that answer, okay? I'm sorry, I know I'm giving you a lot of, I don't know.
I know, I'd rather that than you make something up, but I just have no idea what's happening right now.
I'm sorry. Let me go see and try to talk to Investigator Isom and see if he can give you a little bit more clarity.
Okay, thank you.
I called Lynn's office, and of course it's, she's a state worker at 4:30 on a Friday, so she wasn't there. I called,
for my phone.
and not yet.
Okay.
I called Alan
What is
and
your name?
Sergeant Baldwin, Joanna, sorry. And I spoke with his secretary. He didn't answer his cell phone. I did get a hold of Jane. Okay, so she is on her way. Okay, and I'll keep trying Alan. They were sending him a whatever message to his phone, so he will probably call me.
Did
when
you
he
tell
gets
Jane
home.
what happened?
No, I told her, I didn't want to tell her over the phone. I said, I'm sorry, I'm being cryptic. Something's happened with her ex-husband and she needs you here and we need help picking up the kids and you're free to go with her when she gets here. We'll work on car seats. They may be done doing what they need to do with your van
Oh,
when she gets here. So y'all can take your car or we can get the car seats, however we need to do it.
okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you want anything to drink? Or, I know that's probably the last thing on your mind, but anything to drink or snack, or I know you were at lunch, but
Hello?
Some water?
some water? Okay.
I don't know what
No
she's
problem.
doing.
We got somebody?
Yep, she's on her way.
Okay, where's she going?
She's coming here.
Okay.
And then I told her we would figure it out from there. She doesn't have car seats, so we need to
Can you
work
get
that
with
out.
Couch? Because he's doing the van.
Okay.
And they can move the car seats over to the
Yep,
other
and I
car.
didn't know if we'd be done or what, but we will get those.
Yeah, all right. I'm trying to keep you informed as much as possible.
Thank you.
I'm trying to be in a bunch of places at once.
My
It's-
grandmother once said you can't have your tuchus in two places at once. So it's hard
That's
to
true.
do.
That's true.
I'm
Here's,
losing my mind over here.
okay, this is the thing, all right? I'm my understanding, okay, I'm gonna give you let me do it backwards, because this will be easier, or not backwards, but the other way.
Is he still alive?
Clinically, he's not gonna live.
What does that mean?
He has
he
a
brain
severe,
dead?
yes, he has a severe brain injury.
So much time in the head.
It's apparently there's too much damage to recover from. Okay, that's why we need to get a hold of
His
his
family.
parents. Right.
I don't know what his I don't know if he has an advance directive or
Right.
what he would have wanted. He once told me that he would want all. We joked. I said I would want to be like. If I was ever, I have an advance directive. I do this kind of work. I run a medical legal partnership. Like, if I once said if I ever was like brain dead, I would want to be like, I'd want the plug pulled.
Right.
And he said he would want all efforts made. Like, he would be cryogenically frozen. Like, he wanted every single effort that could be made to keep him alive. I know that much.
My understanding, and that's what we'll have to get a hold of the family as soon as possible, but my understanding is there's irreparable damage. There's nothing that can be done. I mean, I'm not there, I wasn't there, but I understand from previous cases that the brain, his brain is damaged beyond repair. There's nothing that can be done for that.
Is he still alive? Should I bring the kids to see?
Hi, Critical. So just so you guys are aware, he was shot directly in the middle of the face so much that it broke his glasses into two, and the glasses were found apart on the ground. They were found, they broke his glasses. And he was shot at extremely, I don't know if it was, I don't think it's point blank, but it was extremely close range. And I believe it was also through the window of his vehicle.
No. He has severe facial injury. I'm sorry, and I know this is tough, but I would not want my children to see.
Okay, I just thought I got this inkling that maybe he was like still somewhat conscious, and I
No.
wanted him to get to be with them. If that, okay,
I'm sorry.
okay,
I'm sorry about that, but that's
Okay.
that's the way it is. Like I said,
Okay.
there's severe injury, trauma.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a way to turn that off just yet. On the members only streams, I have no ads. But this is just a like a public stream, so not yet. But also, I forgot today's Wednesday. Okay, I have to upload. I'm starting to upload like tomorrow's video today for members, all ads free, and then it'll be an all ads free library. So I do have that. Actually, I could probably make that public right now. Thank you for reminding me because I'm that unorganized. Thank you. He was shot. So from my understanding, he was sitting in his vehicle. He was on the phone, and I think they had knocked on the window. He turned, and they shot him through the face. Is how that happened.
All right.
Is there someone is there a doctor like working on him, or are they just?
There's doctors at the trauma bay, the ER. I think he's been transferred to ICU.
Okay.
All right, and they'll have to make a determination about organs.
Oh my
and so
God.
forth.
Oh.
So, hence, hopefully we can.
Okay, the kids. Yeah, the kids.
All right, now let's talk about the kids. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. I don't know who the contact person was. Was it one of the ladies that you were eating with?
No.
Miss McPherson.
I thought I wasn't supposed to contact them, so I didn't ask about those two because I thought it seemed. Anyway, I asked
Fine.
two other women I'm friends with.
Okay, that are familiar with the children.
Jane is who they got.
Does the daycare place have to be contacted to allow?
Okay, just as an announcement, this week's video for members, ads free, has been uploaded right now. So if you guys want to watch that video after this stream, you can go do that before the public gets it tomorrow on Thursday for the premiere. Yay!
Her too.
Oh, I kind of thought I would go with her.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, as soon as this phone comes back,
Yeah,
I have to ask you some questions about I've already known about the phone.
yeah.
Would it be possible for?
It would be weird for Jane to Jane likes the boys a lot, but it would be better for Lynn to pick them up, just because Lynn has picked them up before. Like when Danny had a back surgery,
Okay.
they call her Aunt Linny. They're really close with her. If we could get her cell phone number,
Okay.
or
Do
her
Lynn and Jane
daughter,
know each other at all?
probably a little through
Through
me,
you,
but
but not friends.
yeah. I mean, Jane's a therapist. Like, she'd be very comforting. She has two kids of her own. She'd be fine. But I'm trying not to freak the kids out any more than necessary. So Lynn or Alan, her husband, Alan or Lynn would be the best choice.
You don't have a number by heart for them?
No.
Okay.
Here, let me go check with Joanna and see
Please.
where she
Wait.
got. If she got far with them.
The reason being is.
You need to talk to me.
Yes.
Okay.
And you've been great. I mean, you understand exactly how we have to do things, and I haven't had to explain a lot of stuff, but really, I feel the need to. I really want you here.
Okay.
If and you're not under arrest or anything like that.
I understand why you
But,
think I'm the
but-
primary suspect.
No, you're not the primary suspect. I have to work just as hard, whether you were or you're not,
Okay.
Okay.
I understand.
to show.
So the DuckDuckGo, it ignores ads. I have to use Google Chrome so that I can get this neat little thing that pops up on the screen with my chat. So one day I'll pay for YouTube Premium or whatever. Yeah, so it was the side window. There are pictures. I think I have a picture in my video of where it was. It was the side window that he was shot through, not through the windshield. He was parked in his own garage. So they had walked into the garage and knocked on the window. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because it's a tougher glass, right? Let me find the. Hold on.
what your activities were,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And let's put it this way, I think you're a straightforward person, and I think at this point, if you had anything to do with this, you'd have already told me,
Okay.
and you haven't. So my thing is that let's let the,
My ex-husband caused me a lot of grief. I would never do something like this.
I know. And it's
So
gonna,
I understand why I would
Okay.
be the person.
Okay, so real quick, let's take a look. So this is where it was. So he was parked inside of his garage. They had walked up. How obviously his window was up. However, they had gotten his attention, whether they had said something or he noticed. I believe he was on his phone, and they had shot him through the window. And then where they shot him broke his glasses. So very sad. Very sad.
Person you would think would do something, but
well, we have to work just as hard to eliminate
it's
people.
fine. I want to figure out who this is because I'm honestly worried.
Well, let me ask you, if you found out that this was someone that you personally know, would that change your mind about what should happen to that person
About what should happen to that person?
for prosecution purposes?
No.
Is
I
there
mean,
any way that you would think
if
somebody
somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
regardless of who it is?
I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother, but I don't think it was my family. Anyone outside my
It would be different if I what? So if somebody tried to kill Dan, sorry, my ear itches so bad because of my in-ears. If somebody, okay, just listen to this again. He says if somebody killed Dan, they should be prosecuted within the full extent of the law. And she says absolutely. Unless it was my brother or somebody in my family. No, we appreciate it. We want all the ballistics, please. Yeah, that's a very let's listen to that again.
For one that you personally know, would that, right?
I would
Okay.
be the I would never do something like that.
I know. And it's
So
gonna,
I understand why I would
Okay.
be the person you would think would do something,
well,
but
we have to work just as hard to eliminate
it's
people.
fine. I want to figure out who this is because I'm honestly worried.
Well, let me ask you, if you found out that this was someone that you personally know, would that change your mind about what should happen to that person
About what should happen to that person?
for prosecution purposes?
No.
Is there any way that you would think
if
somebody,
somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
regardless of who it is?
I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother, but I don't think it was my family.
It would be different if I thought it was my brother. But I don't think it was my family. Why would it be different?
Anyone outside my immediate family, that's a tough one. But
Okay.
I don't think my immediate family did this. So
Okay.
if it's anybody else,
And if you don't think your immediate family did this, when you get off the phone with them somewhere over here in the interview, why do you say they sound shocked? Oh, I'm so relieved. There's just a lot of things that she says that are very odd.
yeah.
Okay, would you think that this guy Charlie would even be capable of doing something like this?
No. No.
Let's just talk.
He's a joker.
Okay, all right. Based on the fact that the clock is already ticking, all right, and we have to do as much work as possible up front. That's why I want you to stay here,
Okay.
if at all possible.
Okay.
But you're these children's mother, and if they have
I
somebody,
can't freak him out, you know? Like,
nobody's gonna freak them out.
I know, I'm just saying, like, my kids, like, they're already gonna have to deal with so much. Like, they're gonna wonder where I am. And the best thing would be Lynn and Alan to have them hang around with them. My friend Janine, I was with two women. One of them is well, they're both doctors, but one of them has kids that the boys are friends with. And so, like, he could go over their house. They could go over their house and spend time. I don't want them, like, where's mommy? What's
Mommy's
going on?
busy. Mommy's busy, can't come here right now. Will that suffice?
For a little while,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Lynn, do we have a number for Lynn?
Joanna tried to get in contact with her, left a message at Alan's office for him to call. They haven't heard back yet.
Can they page him? Like, do they have a? I don't know.
Now I know Jane's on the way here, and you just don't think she
I mean, I think she'd be okay. I think I'd rather Jane. Jane has just never picked up my kids before.
Would the school have a problem with Jane picking them up?
Given the circumstances, no.
Okay, well, I mean, do they have to have authorization?
They probably do. I mean, I could call the school, and I mean, this is a very unusual circumstance. I could call the school and tell them I approve Jane McPherson to pick up the kids, and then
Does she have a place to take them?
I mean, she has a nice house, a like
Is she
a
willing to do
child-friendly
that?
house.
I mean, I know she's on her way here
She doesn't
now,
know
so.
what happened. I don't think she just knows I'm here.
Let's get, Jane's on her way here, all right, and the school's out on Tharp, and I'm assuming she lives up in the northeast part of town.
Quite an assumption. Yeah, she's off Waverly, and her husband is a writer, so both parents are around.
Let's have Jane, you want me to talk to her, or just tell her that, or have Joanna tell, I'll talk to
I
her.
think someone should. Jane was a victim advocate too for a while. She's there. Jane McPherson
McPherson,
With
was she a
Jane.
victim advocate?
in Gadsden.
Okay.
Maybe she wasn't. She's a therapist.
Okay.
Did she do something with the university, or
She was the 1 million bones woman.
Okay, got it.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Will you coordinate with her, let her call the school to have Jane pick the children up? I'm gonna redirect Jane to the school directly.
Okay.
It's what
Creative preschool. It's on Tharp, right past there's a
Yeah, it's a very unusual circumstance. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of times that I'm like, okay. And then there's a lot of times where I'm just like,
Noli school, and then there's creative on your right.
It's right up here, right?
It's on Tharp.
Oh, no.
There's a
Tharp out
couple.
west of town?
There's a couple. I'm really bad with directions. If you were to go all the way up Tennessee
Right.
and turn right, like on, I think it's Ocala, right
Right.
where Super Pedros is, and then you make a left on Tharp, you go up a little ways more, and it would be on your right.
Creative preschool.
I'm gonna throw up.
Come in the bathroom if you need to.
Okay.
You
Leave
want
this
to go there for a
open?
bit?
No, we're fine.
Okay, well, let me know if it's that. I'm just gonna Google it, that's okay.
Creative preschool, yeah. Ugh. Jane from 1 Million Bones, were you involved in that?
I knew about it, and I know I saw a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
I can't recall if I've done anything directly with it, but. Do you want me to talk to them first, or do you want to?
What would you tell them what happened or no?
No.
Okay. I will talk to them.
Just say, this is person's about second services, please.
Hi, Mr. Chuck. This is Wendy, Ben, and Lincoln's mom. Her name is Jane McPherson. She's a petite woman. She should have her idea if she's driving. Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds great. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. Lincoln's outside playing. Ben is
which is very interesting because Donna wrote a lot of scripts for, I believe, the girls that were in school. She liked to script everything. But I mean, if they know who Wendi is, I'm sure they tried to keep Wendi in the dark for plausible deniability.
in the blocks area playing with blocks.
They're only a year and a half apart, so they'll be like a
Boys
year
and
behind
girls.
each other every time in school, right?
They have that's a July birthday. Lincoln's October, so they may end up a little more space.
Okay.
in.
So like have the because July will probably like a young baby in classes.
That was our.
He's gonna be the older.
That's what we were supposed to talk about this morning. Is like whether Ben should start kindergarten or go to kindergarten twice, or what he should do. And then he didn't call me back, which was weird.
Are you thirsty?
Yeah.
Let me see if I.
Is it Joanne or Joanna?
Joanna.
She said she's gonna bring some water.
Okay. We're kind of all running around. Let me
feel
get
like
that for you.
not
Let me
really
grab some more tissues too.
I've gone through.
Oh, I want to be around you. I just know if I was sitting here, what would I probably want? Not much, but.
Yeah, I wonder if she had like an inkling or thought that this was going to happen, or everybody kind of talked about it and then nobody told Wendi about it and then it just happened. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we will find out though.
Right back, okay?
I love that says laughs. Watch, laughs. No, she doesn't.
I guess this is a very different version of me you saw on stage speaking versus having this. Thank you for that.
Yes, but this is an acceptable version of the circumstances. I don't think.
I just keep picturing the kids and I'm gonna tell them.
And from what I understand, Lynn's here.
Lynn's here?
Yeah, I think they're gonna go ahead and have her go pick up the kids.
Should I just like
And I have to say, as little as Donna cared about how this would affect the boys, I'm sure she gave, no shits on how it would affect Wendi and how she would have to tell the boys and, you know, how her life would move forward. As long as Wendi and the boys came down by Donna, I don't think Donna cared. I don't think she cared how it would affect, the little ones. I don't think she cared how Wendi was going to have to kind of move through this thing happening. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, she's not up here probably, so let me see.
I'm sorry, I don't want to run you around. It's
No,
fine. Don't worry
hey,
about it.
hey,
I just,
do you want to help from her?
I'd really love. Yeah,
That's okay. Sometimes all I can do is run around. Okay,
Injection of reality.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, she really had no shits to give at all. Music? Foreign? Dude, these closed captions are wild. How long do they leave her in here? Damn.
You guys know who's gonna get Jane and bring her here for you to see.
Alan is gonna get Jane. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Investigator Isom, which is the man that's been talking to you. He's gonna grab her.
Grab Jane.
Yes, and Jane kind of voiced to Joanna. The kids probably wouldn't really necessarily recognize her. So, and in the meantime, Alan and Lynn got.
There's
in touch
ghosts,
with
I
Joanna,
think.
So I think now what's happening? Joanna already called the preschool. Sorry, I know this is a lot of information again, but I think Lynn's gonna come here, get car seats, go to preschool.
She can't take the car because they're like
Right.
I think, or I don't. But
They're like,
essentially,
oh, this is my jam.
It's covered in Cheerios. And I actually meant to make an appointment this week to get it cleaned, and I didn't get around to it. So, so they're gonna take the car seats out of the car, put them in Alan and Lynn's
and
car.
then they'll bring them.
Alan and Lynn, like the kids will be quite comfortable around them.
Right. Okay.
And Jane's right; she hasn't seen the kids in a while. So Jane's coming in here now.
Yes.
Does she know what's going on? Do Alan and Lynn know what's going on?
I think they know that he's been seriously injured. I don't.
She is very curious about what other people know. Like, they'll know when they get there. They'll know when they see you. They'll know when they talk to detectives. She's very interested in other people, like, finding out this news.
Like,
Hi, honey. Oh, dear. Oh, Wendy.
I really needed some help. I'm sorry. I needed to call you.
It's okay, sweetie.
Did I tell you?
They didn't tell me yet. I know
Everything's on the news.
it is on the news, but I don't know anything. I know there was a shooting in Danny's block this morning. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
Oh dear, honey. You know how he is?
He's not good, Jane.
Really?
I was driving up the street and I saw like the tape and I just thought, oh, maybe there's like an electrical outage or something. Like I saw the street blocked.
So
I was driving into town. I was running errands. I was meeting some friends.
No, I don't know, because I would want to know. I'd be like, you guys need to fucking tell me right now. Like, I need to know. I'm a person that's got to have all the facts. Oh yeah. Where's Charlie? We need him. But yeah, I would want to know. If I was sitting in a room, I'd be like, I need to know something, please. Like, I'm the type of person who I'd be like, where was he shot? How was he shot? Where was he sitting? Like, I'd be trying to, like, put all those pieces together. I don't know.
Lunch and I drove up.
And it's not so much that, it's telling her friends. Well, do John or Amy and Lynn know? Does Jane know? Like, do my friends know? Like, she's very curious about if her friends know this information.
Because it's a shortcut. And so I drive up Trescott and I see the tape and I was like, I guess there was like an electrical outage because sometimes we'd have trees that would fall or whatever. And so I turned around and didn't think anything of it. I was at lunch with two friends and the officer shows up. And I've been here since then.
And you don't have a phone?
Well, I had a phone. I said you can search my phone because maybe they can like find something useful in it.
We have to go through a lot of these steps, and that's
Of
what
course,
I'm
of
explaining to her.
course.
It's just as much effort to go through the steps to exclude anybody that could possibly be
Well,
involved.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, so we have her phone. As soon as it's apparently it's taking a little bit longer than normal, and as soon as we get done with the phone, she'll get it back. So we're just, the main thing I was concerned about is the kids need to be picked up
Well,
on
exactly.
Friday.
Right.
Right. And so when I came and they said they'd spoken to the Grossmans,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get
And
it.
that's what it looks like, right? It looks like optics when you're talking about like, well, what do my friends know? What do they know? Like, just if this was my best friend, I would call her and be like, there's an emergency. I need you to go get my kids. I'll tell you in a little bit. Like, I just go business, but people are different. People are different. But it is interesting how much she asks about how much everybody knows. Not so much the police, but her friends.
As I'm a
Right.
social worker, I picked up kids that don't know me before, but I
Right.
think
I said-
especially given
I
this.
gave them your name and Lynn's name and
Right.
said, I think like Alan and Lynn have done it. Like when Danny had his back surgery, Alan and Lynn did it before. So because I was out
Right,
of town,
and
so
they
like
have, right,
they've
they
done it
have.
before. They've got 4 kids, so they can.
I have you gonna be here for a while? You want me to
I think
sit? Yeah.
so.
So like I might have a blanket in my car or something.
Do we have anything
Do you
here,
have
or they all
something
been
for
used?
somebody who could get
Let
it?
me check.
This
see
one
if
is
that good enough
freezing.
for her.
And I apologize. I thought about that when she was shivering earlier, but I guess got a lot of stuff.
No,
going on.
clearly there's
It's
a
not
there's
really
a
the most
it
important
isn't
thing
it's
right
not the most important
No,
thing.
no, no. I saw her shivering, and I kept thinking I'll go out and find out if there's. They had a bunch of them. They had a bunch of them, but I don't know what's still available.
So what do you mean he's not good? What do you know about this?
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Oh my god. Really?
I don't know how to tell the kids.
Let's put that
That
on.
would be great, thank you. You really know that? You know that?
What's that? I'm sorry.
You know that they don't think he's gonna make it through this? Oh,
You're not gonna make it.
really? He's a TMH right now?
I was asking because I thought maybe he would, and I wanted
Right,
like
right.
I wanted the kids to go
This-
with him if like he was okay.
Okay.
This is really sad.
And he has family and stuff that has to work. Something.
We don't have
No.
any family here.
No, it's-
Right, I know, but I mean,
There's no family here.
They don't-
girlfriend, anybody come down? Nothing?
Amy, I don't know if Amy knows yet. I don't have Amy's phone number.
Amy's on
Oh.
Facebook.
I'll contact her later.
She's on Facebook. I mean, she can be found.
Yeah. I was thinking of one more thing. This is really tangential, but his friend I told you about, Matt Price,
Okay.
his wife's brother was killed. So if you're gonna call someone first, Matt's gonna lose it. So
I don't intend on calling Matt. I just need
Okay.
to have the background on different associates and friends and so
Right.
Yeah.
forth. My objective is to find out who did this. So based on what you've told me, I'm gonna take that information, compile it with other information that other investigators have worked on, and we'll see where it leads.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying anybody that you told me about is anyway
Is
involved.
there
I
any
don't know.
sign of stuff being stolen from the house?
I can't discuss that.
Oh, God.
So,
But you are discussing that you don't think he's gonna live.
I'm telling you a fact that I know. He's not gonna live. He's not gonna live. Okay. So,
Is he dead? No.
well, I already discussed that with her. He has enough injury that's traumatic enough that he's not gonna be able to recover from it.
Oh, God.
did Lynn already go get the boys?
Yes.
What's happening right now is Lynn's on her way here. She doesn't have car seats.
Mhm.
Gonna take the car seats out of your van, put them in Lynn's vehicle, and she's gonna go directly to Creative Preschool,
She has a key to my house, so she can.
pick up the kids. If I get a chance to, when she arrives, I will talk to her briefly and basically tell her, let's wait on discussing anything with the children.
Of course.
I'm sure she would do that anyway.
Yeah, I wonder if it would be better if she didn't know. Like if you
It's, I mean,
just so
here's-
that she like she's because she's gonna be done. Like what if she can't then drive and go get the boys? Like
okay, but let me just say to you, I didn't know anything when I came here. So my husband Googles and says there was a shooting on Trescott Drive this morning at
I
11.
got a call from
So-
my like real estate agent who heard something.
So I know that I didn't know why I was coming here, but anybody with more sense would have known that.
John told you that
Yes.
when you told him you were coming here.
No,
or-
they found John.
Mhm.
Interestingly, they found John's cell phone number.
They found me eating lunch. I don't know how that happened. I'm fascinated still. Like,
We have ways of finding
Yeah,
out.
it's interesting. So they called my husband's cell phone, and he was like, here she is. Talk to her, and they said you needed me at the police department, so I came.
Right.
It was not a.
what did you think I needed you for?
I wasn't thinking it was good news, but I didn't. My thought was that Danny had probably assaulted you. That was my
I
thought.
think that was Lisa's thought when she's like, I heard there was a shot on Trescott,
So-
and so I hope you're okay.
So
The
that
realtor.
Yeah.
So that was my, but this scenario, which is now not seeming real to me. It
Yeah,
didn't
well, me
seem
neither.
like that was not what I
Meaning
what I
that
thought of.
I just keep picturing the kids.
Right. No. So there's no point doing that. Don't do that. So
When Lynn gets here, I'm gonna just ask her to take the kids to her house. Would that be
Instead
more
of my
reasonable?
house?
I think
Would that
that's
be
much
more
better.
reasonable?
Is that better? She has a TV. They
Yeah,
watch TV.
yeah,
I know, but
Yes.
they've been there before.
A
Yeah.
bunch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
they're
them
very
there.
comfortable there.
They
Take
have
them
children of their own.
They've got 4 kids. They're grown, but
take them there.
Okay, yeah.
Because
All right, I'm gonna go make sure that I don't miss her.
Okay.
thank you.
Lynn Grossman, right?
This is Sarah, by the way.
Hi, Sarah. You a victim advocate?
I am.
I said you used to be a victim advocate. Was that
That's
right?
not true. Yeah, I've done lots of stuff like that.
I recognized your name, and then she explained.
What's your last name?
Latour. I've only been here about 2.5 years.
I am losing my shit.
Well, that would be appropriate. I think you should do that. I think if you don't do that, that's
Jane,
not right.
who would have done this?
I have just
And
one
are they
idea.
going to come after my kids? Or me? Who's next?
Is Jeff this much of a lunatic?
I didn't think of Jeff. I hope to God not.
Let me ask who Jeff
Yeah,
is.
of
Yeah, I
course.
think you should. I think Wendy's been seeing a guy called Jeff,
Who's a friend of Jane's. And
who's jealous.
yeah.
Are you still currently seeing him, or just something you kind of
Well,
let taper off?
it's been
Now,
about a
it's
week.
very
Okay.
interesting that she says, is Jeff this much of a lunatic? And then she brings up Jeff here. We'll watch Jeff Lacrosse's testimony. He brings up in his testimony how Wendi asked him for his itinerary and his flight schedule and his travel schedule. And when the murderers came up the first time, they had rented a car that looked exactly like Jeff's car, the guy that she was dating at the time. His testimony is wild. This is probably what we're going to be doing on lives for the next long time.
Yeah, Jane and I actually went for a walk together Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, early this week.
Earlier this week, but you've taken a 1 week break. From
I took a
Jeff.
1 week break from communication.
Yeah,
with
it's
Jeff to
interesting
figure
that she would say that, and there's no documented, and it gives you kind of an insight into what Wendi was telling her friends, right? And physical abuse isn't always documented, so I mean, I don't think that's totally fair, but it is interesting to what the people around Wendi have to say about Dan, and vice versa, the people around Dan, what they think of him. And a lot of people would say that he's not abusive in any way. He's very kind. He's very loving. He only cared about his kids. And, Wendy's family's very different. I think we should just sit down and watch the trial in full time. I don't know how I'm going to achieve that because I can only be live at certain times. But I'm going to figure this out because the Donna Adelson trial is wild.
what to do.
Okay.
Because we've been dating for like 9 months, so like 10 months a year.
And when you use the word dating to you, is that's my boyfriend, or is it more of just dating, like a casual? Okay.
No, he was my boyfriend and involved with the kids, and I mean, yeah. And we had kind of a fight recently, and he's been trying to get back together, and I didn't know if I wanted to, and so he actually the morning that I gave that talk, my boys were there and Jeff was watching them, so I could give the talk. Like he's, Jane, do you think I have to tell them about him?
I think you have to tell them about him because that is the only
After, but
thing that I can imagine related to you, related to Danny.
the only thing I could come up with was like his girlfriend Amy is recently divorced, separated, not really
Sure,
divorced. Like,
sure. So
what if-
either of those people,
like the jealous boyfriend types. Like, what if the ex-husband?
I also have to tell you that watching Captain, where did you watch the trial? Did you watch it on your own or did you watch it with Emily D. Baker? Because that's where I watch all of my trials. I loved this judge. This judge was incredible. I loved him so much.
right, totally. And you know that this divorce has been very stressful, and Jeff has been very stressed out by the stressfulness of your divorce.
I mean, what am I? I mean, I'll tell them this, right? Like, can you tell? them?
And when investigator Isom comes back, you guys can just say, and he'll ask all the questions that investigators ask that I don't think of very often because I'm a victim advocate and I don't think of
Right,
myself.
I think you do have to tell about him.
I wasn't.
You weren't
Not
thinking
telling
about
on
him. No,
purpose.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I wasn't thinking of it. I just kept thinking, like, who in the world?
Once
Is he someone that has
once I get a bigger team, once I'm able to outsource some of my work, I would like to live stream more often and cover cases and trials in full time. or maybe if I could cover them and then also work on like research and stuff, because I love them. I love watching them. Oh yeah, him telling her no more outbursts. Absolutely. I really think that she thought that they weren't going to convict her.
As
And honestly, with that being said, I really wish. I mean, it's the best defense strategy is to never go up there and say anything. Her lawyers